Alright, let's go.
Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade.
It's time for some summer action. Welcome to the beautiful Progreston Stadium, where we'll find out who will become our next champion. The 4 best teams of the professional tournament advance to the biggest championship, the Blitz Summer Cup, where the top crew will take home $25,000, a unique clan emblem, a lot of gold, a professional green camouflage, the defending champion avatar, and a stellar background for each team member. You can also watch the tournament streams to qualify for additional rewards. Stay tuned, and best of luck on the battlefield.
Hello, boys and girls. This is World of Tanks Blitz, and we are live. We are streaming Blitz Summer Cup, and today we'll show the matches of our APAC region. Best of luck to the teams. My name is Alexandra, and today with me, legendary Bushka.
Well, that's right, legendary Bushka. That's me. I'm not so sure it'd be legendary if you were talking to a missus. I've been away from home for a few days, but it's all for a good cause. Here to pump up and get excited about tanks. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, before we start the official part and before we start our matches, let me share some important information for those who are watching us on YouTube right now. On my tablet right now, I will show you how to proceed to our official portal to receive the rewards. So, if you are on YouTube, if you are in live chat, you can see the pinned comment from World of Tanks Blitz. Please find the link for your region. If you play on Europe, you pick the link for Europe. If you play on North America region, please pick the link for North America region. And if you play on APAC, please pick the link for APAC. And proceed to this link, open it in your browser. Then you are on our portal. It's the place where you can receive the keys for watching the live stream. To receive the keys, please log in into the upper right corner. Use your email and password, log in on the portal, watch the stream without closing it, and receive keys. Watch till the end, and everything will be fine. So I think it's clear, and we can proceed. Yeah, best of luck. I think that you are clever guys, and you can deal with it. So today we are watching APAC region tournaments, and we'll see 2 matches. Let's check the brackets and see what teams are playing today. So, as we have already mentioned, 2 matches. We'll start with the lower brackets, Great Viet and Team Risk, and Rotanova team is already waiting in the upper brackets, and they will play in the grand final, so they must be calm right now because they don't need to worry at least for an hour. So, we wish best of luck again to both teams, but before we start, let's check the teams, let's watch the amazing visit cards just to feel the vibe of this tournament and of this atmosphere.
Here we go. Very exciting. Let's have a look at these teams, boys and girls. You can see Berlin GV. He's got 3k average damage in the randoms, the pubs. He might even be a reroll, but he's a hell of a tanker. Monaco. Definitely a geography lesson here. Tokyo. Oh, we're knocking off the big cities now. Let's get an urban professor in there. There's the man in the FV4005 going for hills, not holes on Middleburg. Rome back with the theme. Oh, and victory. Not a town near me, but certainly a sentiment you can get behind if you want to win 25k. Doha. Doha, Goha. Oh, look, I love this whole overall theme that GV have going. Wonderful stuff, great camo. And they're going to be taking on Shugu and Mugu from Risk. Now, these boys won it last time. An international flavour to the Risk team. There's Zonko. Big man, the Zonk, loves getting involved. Mozzarella, not on my pizza, thanks, buddy. Oh, a little bit of air. Look at that, sideways. It's like a Terminator movie or something exciting. Jerry Brockenheimer, Pookie, is in the business. Where's our favourites? Where's the light tank driving machines of justice, says Lisa or Elisa. A little bit of alliteration, never hurt anybody. F Silver, the hero of last year's Blitz Ultimate Cup with his light tank shenanigans. Smirt Potato, not just anybody's potato. What a team, what a lineup. Definitely been here, done that. Going against GV, very exciting times. Ooh. And the last ones. Here's the Rotenova, the big dogs uncrowned. The Japanese tilt here is Kujo. Ora ora. Love him. Knocking off turrets. Batshadion's with Trash 00. Look, they are a hell of a team. They've been around on the Asia server forever. There's the Judgment. Well known amongst the locals for knocking heads. It's just an all-star cast here. Alpha CK. It was no accident that they got through to the final. Oh, the piggyback. What a wonderful little bit. Toaster. I'd love to get in the toaster with that kid. Doing the business. Leopard off the top. Wadu. What a heck. That's them. Rope Nova, the Japanese Leviathans. Getting ready for the business.
Now you know everything about this tournament, about the teams, and you are absolutely ready to enjoy the matches and battles, of course. So, Team ID already left our tournament, and we congratulate them with the 4th place. You did great job, guys, and respect. 4th place is an amazing result. So, let's invite our honorable analytics to the studio and discuss how the first day of our finals went and what should we wait from today's matches. Hello, Jack and Dominant.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining. How are you?
I'm feeling great. I'm
Excited for
very
today?
excited about tonight.
Oh, okay. Seems like we feel the same vibe. We are excited about today matches. But before we proceed with today battles, how was the yesterday day?
I mean, yesterday was a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of brawls. Very quick games too, and I was at the edge of my seat a lot of times. And yeah, it was overall just a lot of really cool, good teamwork throughout all the 4 teams. So
Very chaotic, very, well, sort of like organized chaos, let's say.
It's an APAC tradition.
But great fun to watch. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
APAC's always been like that. I don't think that will ever change.
Organized how chaos is like 2 words that can describe Asia gameplay
Yeah,
perfectly in 2 words. Okay, so what should we wait for today? Should we wait for 5 minutes of standing in the bushes and then some rush, or we'll see the action from the very beginning of the battle?
I would say it will be map dependent. So some maps where it's famous for being quite dull at the start with lots of cat play, and then could descend rapidly into pandemonium. But then some maps, they're quite compact and quite enclosed, so that you could see lots of brawls happening in those areas. So I think it will depend on the maps and depend on how they feel at that moment in time. But it will be Risk vs GB we are going to be following first. So I'm quite excited to see how that plays out.
Okay, the first map we're going to see is, by the way, Lagoon. Oh,
Wild. Get ready.
get ready, yeah. Okay, so let's make our small tradition. Which team are you guys rooting for today?
I'm gonna go with Risk.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
I'll
Okay, and you, Jack?
go for GB.
Okay, GB. Okay. So, root for Vietnamese team. Okay, and you, Bushka?
I've got to go with Risk because there's a couple of Aussies running around in the Risk tilt. But I do feel like it's pretty wide open. I'd love to see a bit of a Cinderella story. GB maybe popping in there and doing the business. They're, coming from the bottom of the seeds. That'd be great.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. So, we wish best of luck to all our teams, of course. And Jack, Amonet, enjoy the battles, and we'll see you after the first match to discuss how it was.
See you soon.
Thanks for having us. See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Au revoir.
So, again, for those who joined our live stream, hello, welcome to the stream. If you're watching us on YouTube, please check the pinned comment from World of Tanks Blitz official YouTube channel and proceed through the link to our official portal to get the rewards. Please log in on the portal and watch the stream without closing the tab till the very end to receive keys and open some chests with nice tanks. And everything will be fine. Thank you so much. So let's check the maps we are going to see during our first match. We have already spoiled that the first map is Lagoon, and then we'll proceed with Canal. And I'm really surprised about Lagoon pick, because it's not the easiest map to play on.
It's not, but I do like Lagoon as a pick if you have a strong idea and a strong strat. It's not a map that the meta's really developed on yet, so you can actually get a really good leg up on the competition if you're good on Lagoon, because most of these maps they've played forever, but Lagoon, it's not just a new map, it's also a very different map. It's really easy to get isolated in Lagoon and make mistakes, so if you can find a good strat on Lagoon and ram it home, then it's a nice feather to have in the cap. I wouldn't be surprised though if it all goes pear-shaped. Not many plans on Lagoon survive first contact, and getting that initial cap, if it's at all possible, will have a huge impact. Although being APAC, the paint won't have time to dry before someone's shooting someone and we're back in the garage. They
Absolutely
are wild.
true.
Wild
Absolutely.
kids.
Yeah. So, by the way, it's very interesting that the age of the players is much higher
older.
than
Much older.
on North American region.
Yeah.
So, for example, in Great Viet team, the oldest player is 32 years old.
What? Just a whippersnapper, really. Like,
Yeah.
you don't start coming into your prime as a tanker until you're in your mid-40s, I've found. And then and then you just get better and better. Look, I think the North American guys, too, there was a whole early crew of North American players that I remember from nearly a decade ago now. And we saw TJ F. Blur disappear last year, and Tanner was still playing this year, and he was one of those early kids, but it's the whole new generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rotanova team is a little bit younger. The oldest player in their team is 24.
Yeah.
25,
Yeah.
25, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Plenty of seasons left in the Rotanova squad.
Yeah, amazing. And Team Risk, let me check Team Risk.
I think they've got a couple of older guys as well, but
Yeah,
it's a
20
definite difference.
26.
Yeah, well, look,
26.
mature. Probably got a job and
28
everything. Yeah,
already.
yeah. It's going to show though in the tanking that it's just a completely different
Yeah.
methodology on Asia. It's always been that way. The first Twister Cup, ID was the team, and everyone was setting up, and the Russian team was setting up, and the American team were all doing their setup. And ID came in and drove 7 IS-7s right down the middle of the flank on dead rail and blitzed everyone. It was like, what the hell is this? And that's just always been, the way of the APAC server.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, by the way, all this information can be found right in your garage in our Blitz Summer Cup event, so you can check it and find some interesting information about the age of our players, about the amount of battles they played, you'll be surprised, and some interesting information about their favorite tanks. So, let's check the maps we're going to see during our first match, and let's see what do we have here.
Lagoon and then Canal. Canal for Risk. I really love that because Canal's one of those maps with the deep canals actually through the middle on the right flank rather. Really crazy things can happen. We've seen that before. Leo's in the opposite spawn 1 minute in. Naval Frontier and Black Goldville, pretty stock standard. Middleburg we haven't seen a lot of. Rockfield just features again and again. They love Rockfield. And Yukon hopefully is the tiebreaker if we get to go to Yukon. That's a really cool map. But Lagoon is going to be a difficult one, and Black Goldville also seems to invite disaster on a regular basis. I wonder if anyone was watching the North American stream, and maybe they can run that strat that we saw there.
I bet they have been watching the stream
I
just
I don't reckon there'd be a fair
just
chance.
to grab some interesting new tactics, strategies, and just understand how different regions use the same map, the same vehicles, but in a different way. I think it's a good practice, by the way, to have this knowledge sharing, because it might brighten your horizons.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true.
So, teams are almost ready to start the first battle for the first match. So, we wish best of luck again to the teams. And let's check the Lagoon map.
Well, Lagoon, the newest of maps. If you look at the map from any direction, you can see there is constantly ways to divide and isolate. These rocky outcrops, these gulches, these ravines, these little gullies and canyons, they spell disaster. You can get 2v1 or 3v1 very, very quickly. It's a great place to have a clipper. We saw that on the North American tilt when the 50-51 really shone through. I'll be excited to see how the APAC server goes about this. Here we go, Risk v GV. You might recognize quite a few of the drivers here on the left of your screen. F Silver was phenomenal last season in the T100 LTs driving the 50-51. There's a bunch of the AMX M4 MLEs, the Firebirds, a couple of Object 777s. Now, they are very, very low-slung tanks, and they'll be looking to use certain parts of the terrain. They wouldn't have picked those by accident. You can see the GV tilt. They are running a very, very different loadout. There's a Sheridan in there, a bunch of Strev Ks. They haven't burnt the engine boost there just yet. There's also an IS-7 and a 60 TP. So cross shots into Konong as he's crossing. That's from Zonk, I believe. Risk taking first blood. And we have a fair bit of bleeding going on from GV. I'm not sure what their plan was there, but whatever the case may be, there's a big isolation down here. This is what we were talking about. Monaco has been absolutely... He's been cut from the herd. The Wolves are right amongst the pack, and he is done and dusted. This is the danger of Lagoon. You can have a great position, no one else on the other team steps up, and you get stuck 3v1, and you're only 50 feet away from Cologne and Berlin. And now they're trying to isolate. You can see Sugar and Mugu is in a little bit of trouble there in the middle of the map. He's hiding behind the back end. That is 2 guns down. Smirt Potato's got to be very, very careful. He's going to go the way of the Dodo in just a short while. We can see here there are low hit point tanks all over the map, but it certainly looks like Risk is in the ascendancy. The Sheridan of Rome making a quick rotation around the back to try and get shots on Mozzarella. The Strev K of Tokyo holding firm, and he's done a good job there. Quick reload. Can he get the shot though? No, Mozzarella face hugging like a champion, and that's another tank down. Certainly a lot of hit points bled early, and that was the story of the map. I really admired the way Risk isolated on that B-cap flank, cleared the 60 TP, and just went to town from there on. And it's all over bar the shouting here, and just F Silver gently drives forward and finishes the clip at the 50-51. A dominant performance, not unexpected. We did say earlier, or by we I mean Bushka said, that whoever is running this map runs it for a reason. And that's exactly what we were looking at. The 60 TP of Monaco walked right in the middle of that crossfire and got 3v1, and that was really a gun down. And all over after that. Great start for the boys from Risk. Not such a great hit out from GV.
Absolutely agree. That was kind of random battle.
It was very random battle feeling, didn't it? No, yeah, I agree. That felt exactly like a random. You could just almost sense someone typing in the chat,
yeah.
62p, where are you? It was good. Very good. Loved it.
Okay, so congratulations. Okay, that was a good start. And let's proceed. Okay, that was the first battle of the first match between Risk and Great Viet.
Yeah, look, Risk picked this map. They had a strong strat, and you can see Monaco coming up very late in the 60 TP. And he's obviously got a hold position on this right flank. And Risk have realised exactly what they're doing here. Push through. There's Cologne, there's Berlin, they're right there, but they can't offer support. And this is why I think this map is a great opportunity for any team. If you've got a strong strat, most teams don't have experience on it. So being good at this map is a leg up on the opposition. And after they got that, it was a strong focus fire exercise for Risk, and they just tumbled everyone down. Poor old Doha just going in late and never really had a chance.
They even didn't bother about capturing points.
No, it didn't bother. Why bother? This is APAC. We don't bother about...
Absolutely.
We just kill all the tanks.
I forgot. This is APAC. Yeah. Okay, so it is what it is. Let's proceed with the next map we're going to see. It's Canal. A bit of surprise for me to see this map in grand finals.
Yeah, because it is a very... Well, look, It's an APAC special. This is one of the maps where in the Twister Cup back in the day, they did run a leopard all the way through the low canal, the low canyon, the low gully on the medium flank and popped it up in spawn about 45 seconds after the match started. But for the most part, this is really about stacking and across the map getting fields of fire that interlock and stopping anyone from moving forward. The big thing to look out for here is who gets in that cap first, because that's a great way to build pressure. Now, normally you would expect this for an early cap. The risk guys here would be going for C. There'll be blind shots down across that bridge trying to reset the cap, and whoever gets in there first gets that advantage. I don't know if we're going to see that because it's APAC. And APAC, look at this is crazy. Look where Mozzarella is. Someone's forgotten to tape up his W key, for God's sake. Don't let him do this again. Mozzarella is he's going for the spawn. Look at Tokyo. Tokyo is literally in the spawn. Now, he's spotting Pookie in the FV. I am stunned at this. Monaco, again, in huge trouble in that 60 TP. But Mozzarella, he was in a horrific position, and they've got to get rid of him. He spotted everyone on risk, and that was a great play early, and it's got lots and lots of spotting damage as they crossfire. You can see F Silver and Shugu and Mugu blitzing across. Mozzarella on 12 hit points. It's taken them an extra couple of rolls of the dice to clear him. He's gone now, and they do have a gun advantage, but hit points wise, this is still very, very even. Big rotations now, as you can see, the guys from GV really digging in here. But both Rome and Monaco are very, very low. They've rotated down through below the A cap and into the canyon and into the dead ground there. And we're seeing F Silver start to rip back through the spawn. He's going to be looking to get cross shots into Monaco. Rome is going to be covering back towards that spawn. That's going to be his job. But Rome can't really absorb much in the way of punishment. Look at this. Beautiful spotting from F Silver. Absolutely gold standard light play as they roll around the back. 408 v 396. Risk with a slight ascendancy in cap points. But I don't really believe this is going to go all the way down to the end. They're blind shotting up there. They know someone is up there. F Silver's doing something. Monaco cannot get unspotted. And because he can't get unspotted, that 60 TP can't really be effective. It's difficult. Every time he tries to bridge that gap, get up and use the gun depression, he gets respotted. Now, big move on the right here. The Strev Ks have all blown the engine boost. They're going to try and isolate on Smirk Potato. He's got Shugu and Mugu behind him, who's thumping he's got 2 of the 4 out in the clip so far. Smirk Potato very low. Great move from GV. We're seeing a very strong reaction. That is a very good 4-man push up top. Monaco's really just in a holding pattern behind the B cap, not letting them get it. Smirk Potato looks like he's in big strife, and Doha rips him. 60 TP of Elisa now, but here we go, the FV 005, 4K5, really desperate to get shots in, but they're waiting for Doha to hit point share. Pookie can't really clear one tank here, I don't think. He's looking for it. He's looking for Cologne, using the engine boost. Cologne's in trouble. 1 out. This is now going down to the wire. It's about 5-4 in terms of GV. 3 tanks down both sides. 4 tanks down now for GV. They look like they had this one in the bag. 3v3. Zonk all the way around the back now. 592 hit points. Shugu and Mugu. F Silver needs to keep this gun in the game, but he has to start getting shots off. Shugu and Mugu is on a full reload. F Silver taking the A cap. This is a very interesting move. They've reversed positions, basically. They can't afford to take hits, though. The F Silver T100 is not going to be able to tank any damage. The Strev K of Zonk is super low, and Shugu and Mugu in the 50-51 is made of paper mache and good intentions. But look at this. 3 caps versus 1. Doha, they're in Strev Ks, and they have to get to one of those caps. They have sent someone around the back now. I think that is Tokyo. He's heading for the D cap to stop the bleeding, but they're building back up. What a funny game. They've reversed completely. They've driven through the middle of the map, both sides, and then come out the other side. It's a 3v3 and risk in the ascendancy at the moment. Hit points wise, they are dead even. and they are about to be back to parity on caps. I said this wasn't going to go the distance. I think I was absolutely flat wrong because these guys have both thrown haymakers and then come out the other side and everyone is still standing. Zonk is obviously the target. 592 hit points. That's a double shot from a couple of Strev Ks. Maybe if they have to use the... F Silver, he spotted. He got the shot off. No good there, but he did get spotted. He's also spotted up. Oh, here comes a clip out. Sugar and Mugu. He's got a good angle. I don't know if he's going to get down. He can't. He's going for a full reload. 2 minutes to go. He's got the time. Strev K of Zonk. Oh, F Silver. What a drive. Putting himself in a position. He's moved down off the mountain and he's got side shots. He knows they've got to go in there. Poor old Tokyo, he doesn't have any options. He's shielding that cap. At least he's like, if we lose the hit point fight, we're going to get the cap. F Silver takes one back. They're about 1,000 hit points ahead, but they are well ahead on the cap point. Sugar and Mugu playing a very, very dangerous game. Very dangerous indeed. They've got everyone in front of them, but it's 1473 hit points versus 1291. 933. They're about to get 3 caps. That is 939 versus 816. Someone is desperately trying to get them here. F Silver, big hits. He's got to pull back. That is 3 hit point ineffective tanks. Zonk still on 592. He was the guy with no hit points, and he's the guy now with all the hit points. They've got that ACAP, 969, 903. I don't think they're going to be hold here. One shot for all the glory. He's got it. Whoa! Oh, if they were looking the other way. Oh, that was a massive play. Clutch play at the end. F Silver just stroking out. He was the one that was spotted. All the guns turned towards him, and Sugar and Mugu just crept forward and tapped it out. Okay. Very close. Very close. Great game.
Another point goes to Team Risk. That was a clever play.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was just great play, punching back and forth, counter push, counter push. Oh, I thought it was all over at one point. They never gave in.
Yeah.
Great light tank play again. Love the way APAC runs the lights. We saw Panzer in North America doing it. Now it's F Silver and boys.
Did the Great Viet have any chance to win this battle?
Well, they certainly did. That at the end, if they hit that shot on Sugar and Mugu instead of him getting out and getting that shot down into the base, they win. They were both on next shot wins.
That was a dangerous gun, yeah.
Look at this. I mean,
and this mozzarella.
This is crazy. Mozzarella's driven up to behind the B cap.
He preferred pizza,
He
not
did,
this battle.
He was gone. He had somewhere to be. So did Tokyo. Tokyo was nearly in the spawn about 40 seconds in a heavy. And Pookie, great play here. He knew he wasn't going to be able to clear more than that one tank. He was always going to go down. And he did the right thing. Rather than looking for damage like a random game, if you're a random tanker, look at that. Taking a gun out is way more important than spreading that damage around the team. And then it was just a 3v3. And this play at the end, look where F Silver is right now. He's below the A-cap, but he's on the other flank. At the end, he goes all the way around behind the A-cap on the same hit points, spots people up, draws every gun towards him and just says, Sugar and Mugu, go and do the business, and he does. That's experience.
Absolutely. That was cool and interesting to watch, of course. So, the third battle we're going to see is going to happen on Black Goldville. Again, interesting choice made by APAC.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering that this is a map that gets played nothing like it does in randoms. Everyone go the canyon. This is going to be interesting because we saw the North American guys play this map, and there was a beautiful trap laid at the top of this cap here by a badger. And they walked straight into it. And we saw that, and it was kind of like, ooh, I don't know if Origin can win this. And it turns out that Origin could win this, but they just didn't really play this well. I wonder if any of these guys have seen this and are going to run the same kind of strat. So we're seeing still a lot of Strev Ks, the GVs. There's the blind shots right at the start of the game. It's almost like a tradition now. Every team fires down into that spawn. Obviously, it is a little bit different at both ends of the map there. Berlin moving up into a low hold position. It looks like GV is going to be ignoring the A-cap. F Silver already in the A-cap. In the TVP 5051. Now, we obviously can't be sure that there is no one coming up from GV. Doesn't have the benefit of the overview that we have, and he's up the top living in fear, but he's going to get that done. They're going to get the early cap and get an ascendancy from there. Berlin just holding on that B cap, and we see the Kranwagen of Pookie is in the same position, but is a very different tank to the Badger that we saw in the NA finals. The Kranwagen not able to really pump out any DPM, more of a hold tank than an attack tank. Sugar and Mugu, he's taken one from Risk. Victory has taken one from GV. It's just the settling stages here. You know it won't go on for long, though. I love the way these guys play the game. Berlin rolling forward. He's starting to look up that hill. If he gets up the top of this, he can certainly give Sugar and Mugu a little bit of trouble. The IS-4 with its heat, if he's running that calibrated shells, you're going to be looking well into the 300s in terms of penetration. And he's got some help there from the AMX M4. Sugar and Mugu just backing off. He's the hold on the flank here. They're backing up behind the one cap. This is easily the most slow-paced game we've had thus far. There we go, Sugar and Mugu taking a big hit. I'm not sure. I think that came from the Strev K of Tokyo. Down the bottom of the map, we just saw him on the reload behind the warehouse there. They are pretty even on hit points. GV's still up by about 1,500 hit points, but that's more to do with the fact that GV are running some very big hit point tanks. Two IS-4, well, two 2,800 hit point tanks there. The light tanks aren't doing much here. Now, not the light tanks, rather, the medium tanks aren't doing much here. The TVP 5051 of F Silver can't really get involved yet. He's more of a knockout puncher. He's setting himself up for cross shots on Cologne. Here we go. Let's see if he actually connects on these ones. Cologne's going to be broadside, but he's isolated F Silver. F Silver knows he's going to take some hits here. That's one shot into Silver. And I think he may escape without any more. He's desperately hiding on the reload, and he's done some great damage there to Victory from GV. Sugar and Mugu up the top is in an all-out war against Berlin and Rome. Mozzarella running in the back in the Strev K, but Sugar and Mugu's held for a long time here. Face hugging hard, just a HE shell to do him. Nothing. What's happened to Berlin? He's still not managed to clear him. They're two tanks down. Sugar and Mugu and Smirt Potato have 80 hit points between them. Smirt finally goes. What is Sugar and Mugu? They can't clear him. Berlin's gone. This is absolutely insane. I don't know if he got ammo racked or if he took some kind of damage, but he... Oh, that's Lisa. Elisa is out. They are starting to fight back here. 4-on-3. It looked like it was all over. F Silver, he needs to... I don't know if he's going to be able to clip out. He's not. They pull through the TVP, and they were in real trouble. GV, and they've dragged it back with a big flank push through the C area, and now they are hull down there with a lot of support for Tokyo. Pookie from Risk in the Kranwagen. He's been a rock above the B cap and continues to hold there with a whole lot of hit points, but Sugar and Mugu's got nothing. He is nearly combat ineffective, and an IS-7 is not the kind of gun that you can just race around the battlefield and do well with. Big hits from Pookie, 955, 960, 1000. In the end, that double cap in B from the Kranwagen of Pookie was enough to force GV into some very, very rough trades, and they come away a winner, but another game where they fought back brilliantly and actually nearly stole that. I don't know how Sugar and Mugu didn't die. He was
surprised.
Face hugged. It was like one HE shell.
Some Soviet magic.
Yeah, IS-7s.
Yeah, now we know who is the champion in this PvP IS-4, IS-7 battle.
I wouldn't back it every day, but my goodness, that was like I am IS-7, therefore your argument is invalid kind of territory. I'm not sure what happened, but it was good fun.
Yeah, but actually the pick of the vehicles is not usual.
No.
Not usual. Having Soviets like, ooh.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was a little bit surprised that there was an IS-7 holding up there, and that was what they were going to roll with. But it goes to show that they know a whole lot more about the game than I do. This was, for me, they looked like they were in trouble the whole time, GV. They're very, very good at this counter push. We've seen the Strev Ks, and that's that DPM, that mobility. But then when they have to take back, they bleed a lot. And that's their problem right now. The team makeup is absolutely geared towards this fast-paced, furious action. But then you run into a Kranvagen of Pookie and all the big tanks, and it's difficult to clear those guys easily without taking a lot of damage back. And Pookie was a player of the game. We didn't talk about it enough, but him grabbing that B cap, that forced them to come out.
And okay, that was the first battle when supremacy worked.
Yeah,
okay.
True, very true.
Okay, so best of luck again. I don't want this battle to be the last one, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay, Rockfield. Rockfield is the next map. Best of luck to both teams.
Well, let's hope GV come good here because they deserve a win. They've played right up to the edge of the advantage line here, and they've been very unlucky. Rockfield, one of the original maps, obviously much changed from back in the day. We've seen some interesting strats here. There is an elevated position behind the spawn that you can see top left of your screen there. I don't know if that is something that these guys will be exploring. It doesn't feel like a sniper kind of gameplay to me. I'm expecting some form of Iron Fist. Will they both pick the same flank? I think very much the spawn that you're in will dictate the side you go to. Let's see how we go here. 60 TP, AMX, Object 777. Now that's low slung. That would be absolute. Oh, we're on Naval Frontier. Okay. Okay.
Wrong spawn.
Wrong spawn, says FT Silver. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Silvers, they might be talking about something. I think we've missed a little bit of the action here, and this is unfortunate, but they are now down in that A-cap area. Everyone else in the middle, they've got shots across, and they are capping A. They're going to try to reset this, I'd expect. Zonk from Risk in the 60 TP Lewandowski with shots across the A-cap, but can't stop it. They're going to get the C-cap now. This is the first map we've seen with no light or medium from the Risk team. F Silver in the Strev K, and we don't have a light. Oh no, we have a light tank, Professor from GV in the T100 LT. He's rotated hard back through the A-cap here. He might be moving along here to get vision for the rest of the team. Obviously, Risk holding that middle ground there, that elevated TV area with the big guns of the 60 TP Lewandowskis. That is a lot of alpha, and if you have to go up and take that TD area, that can be quite difficult because obviously that is pushing up a hill, and unless you're in a Strev K, you're going to take some time to get up there, and that's going to bleed you dry. Monaco holding, he is the hold position on that far left flank for GV. Wants to be very careful, getting constantly spotted there. If he has to drop down, Smirt Potato is in a great position to get easy side shots. Mozzarella from Risk, as is his want, is pushing back into the GV spawn. We see GV with a 20-point advantage here in the Supremacy cap points. I doubt very much whether we're going to see this go too far. None of these teams really muck around. Once they know they're behind, they don't really wait until the end to do the business. They pick a side and they start pumping through. But I don't see how Risk does this without bleeding. None of their tanks that they have on this flank are particularly nimble. 360 TPs, that's more holding than assault. F Silver, you can see bustling down in the Strev K. The Kranvagen of Lisa Elisa is holding top deck there. I'd be very surprised if they push through. That's a lot of DPM. There's like, you know, nearly 9,000 DPM rattling around behind that A-cap in the Strev Ks. But F Silver's there, he's right with Pookie. Maybe they're just reinforcing this flank, expecting a push from GV, but I don't know why they would. They're currently well ahead on hit points. They've been bleeding the Risk team quite comfortably here. Victory, the only one on the GV side of the dance card you can see who's taken any damage at all. And he is snugged up right behind that A-cap. And GV have basically said you can do anything you want as long as it's over that side of the map. And right now it doesn't look like anyone's moving. And this is such an anomaly for an Asia server match. APAC doesn't know what to do with themselves if they're going to sit still for any length of time at all. The Object 777 there, you can see horses for courses. They've picked the 777 for that exact spot. It is one of the absolute low slung tanks. Cologne, the Strevk of Cologne has been called out. They're marking that. We've seen another member of GV take a hit. That's the 60 TP of Monaco. Mozzarella getting a little knock in with the IS-4. The IS-4 with that excellent heat ability. Berlin going down, trying to get shots up towards Smurf Potato. That's a very difficult shot. Firing up from below into the turret and upper glacis of a 60 TP. Not really something you expect to see successful. The Strev KFF Silder now bleeds a little bit. Zonks bled a little bit. They're leaving themselves with a lot of work to do here, and there's a big move through the GV area here. I don't know if he's going to push. Is it Mozzarella? He's no, he's holding there just behind the B cap. There is a spawn move coming from one of the heavies. It could even be Lisa or Lisa in the Kranwagens up the top. Maybe Shugu and Mugu at the back of the 1 mark. IS-4, Mozzarella going down. This is a brave effort. He's going to have to absolutely rely on members of his team to stop them from resetting this cap. Doha trying to get a reset on and gets drilled for his trouble. Here comes Berlin, and we can see that they've rotated back in behind the B cap. We now have all the business happening here. I don't think Mozzarella's going to take that, but I don't know that that is the point. They are all coming out to try and clear him. He's taking massive hits, but look at the hit points.
1,000.
Oh, 2 big whacks there. They are 2 tanks down. They tried to do something, and it just didn't work. Really different from the first 3 games we saw, and I've got to say, GV controlled that one from the kickoff.
Absolutely.
Never looked like giving it in.
Okay. They felt quite confident on this map.
Yeah, that was a great strat.
Okay.
Worked a treat.
Yeah, great to hear. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I think that
Yeah, we're still going.
the moment that time has taken the map made it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. So, great job. Now everything is not decided, so I'm happy. Let's check it out again, how it was. Naval Frontier,
Yeah,
not Rockfield.
Naval Frontier, yeah, like different map, but
Yeah.
very cool all the same. You can see this is very unlike the first couple of maps where GV they used the Strev K speed boost, they played this perfectly, and they got in early and then just built pressure, and you can see Mozzarella had no options. He had to get up there. But quite apart from taking that cap, they weren't able to interrupt the cap at the back. So they never stopped GV from getting cap points. There was no way they could push up into that cap, and it just edged them out.
So maybe no rushing is the good tactics.
I'd be surprised if it persists, but you never know your luck in the big city, Alexandra.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, do you know the next map? It's Rockfield.
Is it Rockfield?
Yeah.
Ah, good. We've talked about this. Maybe
Yeah.
we should do some more about this. Yeah. Rockfield is going to be very different to that. It's a lot more accessible. One of the big problems we saw there was that Naval Frontier cap. You've got to go all the way around behind it to get in. Not so with Rockfield. Both the heavy and the medium flank have easy caps, with the B cap in the middle the real challenge. But it's much easier to approach these. Very, very simple circular map, and it's all about speed. It's all about getting there quickly, owning that position, and then we'll see. I'd expect more lights and mediums here than we had in the last game.
Okay, so Bushka, let's root for Great Viet in this battle.
Let's go. We want to see them.
We
around
want
for a
to
little
see more
longer.
battles in the first match, of course, for sure. So, best of luck to both teams, of course. But Great Viet, my fingers are crossed for your luck here. Let's see what would be the vehicle's choice, because I wanted to discuss with you the 4005 on Canal.
Yeah, first TD we've seen in quite some time. They had a great play for that. Obviously, it was right at the back and it was unspotted the whole time. They had Smirk Potato stuck in the middle, and I think they were expecting the FV to be able to stroll out and just get side shots. But they did a really good job, GV, in not... Like, they didn't know they were there, but they expected it. And they didn't give any options. He had to basically blow his whole hit point pool just to get that one kill. So a straight trade for a tank, when you're GV, they're probably not unhappy with that. And they've
Probably.
played really well. Yeah, they've played like this. This has been very close. It's 3-1, but wow, we've had 2 games that have come down right to the wire. They could easily be 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
Very, very easily.
Watching APAC tournaments is a different story and different sort of satisfaction. Big.
Well, I tell you honestly, I've been playing a lot on the European server this week because I'm in Lithuania. But
Yes, you
it's
are.
been getting me in trouble because I quite often find myself like halfway across the map and the rest of my team is just moving up
Yeah.
gently. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, guys, we've got other tanks to play today. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel in this moment? Lost and forgotten?
Yeah.
Safe and sound?
I'm looking around. No, I'm not safe and sound. I'm all on my Pat Malone at the back of the map. I hope we get another win from GV just because I'd love to see more happen. But I feel like Risk might start asserting themselves here. They're very, very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So Risk is really a strong team with a good tournament history because they grabbed some champion titles and they already proved their proficiency. That's not an easy way to fight against Risk.
No.
But Great V8 is also doing really amazing job and they know how to play this game.
Yeah, well, they sure do. Risk came against the odds to beat RN in the Ultimate Cup. And they were the underdogs there and they got up and did it. And I think that really did set them up as one of the preeminent teams. I would be surprised to see GV get them from a 3-1 deficit. But, I mean, we saw yesterday... I mean, not yesterday. We saw last stream when Origin won 3 in a row to come back. I mean, they were on match point 3 games in a row. Anything is possible in this, and that's why we play the games. They're great tournaments.
Let's see what's going to happen pretty soon in our next battles. So, just a kindly reminder that we are watching Blitz Summer Cup. It's Asia Region Championship. We're going to see 2 matches. The first match is live right now, and Risk is fighting against a Great V8 team. And the current score is 3-1. So teams are getting ready for the next battle, and fingers crossed it won't be the last battle because in this match the maximum amount of victories we need to define the winner is 4. So as you might understand, this battle might be the last one, but fingers crossed, and we pray that Great V8 will.
Never know your luck in the big city. Best of 7, anything can happen, and then obviously best of 9 final. But GV have played well enough to take it to a 7-game series. The game on Canal, I mean, you get down to the last shot with about 600.
Okay, so teams are getting ready. They need some more time. So let's invite our Amanet and Jack, World One's helper, to the studio and discuss what just happened.
G'day, team.
Hello.
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 What do you think of that game on Canal, guys?
Well, Canal,
Oh, that was beautiful.
yeah.
Amanet, you just like
It was,
this map.
it was. I thought it was amazing.
I do.
We know.
Yeah. I mean, I think Risk impressed me a lot in this battle. Like there was some there was a big mistake with like Smith Potato in that position, but they recovered really well. That is because F-Silver was very instrumental near Risk's spawn to farm GB and then lead the push. And I think he is the man of the match for me. And he was very crucial in that part. But then GB came really close when it comes to like getting B, and as Spushka said, it really came down to that one shot, one final shot.
It was crazy, wasn't it? It was so well done. The way they coordinated that was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we have some replays.
Oh, so we're looking at the first battle, which is GV looking to go for Say, and I really love that they take the platform, but for me the problem is they look very spread out and they are not that well connected as Risk.
That's exactly what you see here. That's why GV was basically singled out bit by bit. And it was interesting because this was actually GV's map pick, so they lost on their own choice. Probably expected to wolf back more, but because they were more spread out, they just lost tanks faster.
Yeah, I mean, this map as well, I think we saw GB being quite hesitant, and this map is quite different though. As you can see, Mozzarella going very aggressive to that position. It's quite a common position for a lot of the teams, really. But to take a look at, yeah, sorry.
Basically, what Mozzarella does here, he's in a position there to decap base B, but he was also bait because Risk had their tank stacked behind him. So even though they took him out, GV lost so many hit points just to do that. And that's, I think, a bit of GV's problem so far, is that basically they think they have a tank alone, but they don't know all the information yet. So they kind of just push in quite aggressively and lose a lot of HP for that. Here, Pookie was waiting so long to actually make a move, but he was so juicy, he immediately became the primary target.
Yeah, and I mean, you can also see F-Silver and Song from behind near the spawn, taking out tanks near B, and for me it's very crucial. And GB was very close to winning this, like just down to a one shot, and that tap from Shigu made it all for me.
It was absolutely beautiful to see this match as well. GV again being very aggressive at some point, and you have the blind shots in the beginning, which is, like Pushka said, a thing now. But also here, GV pushed in before knowing where the rest was, and again they bled a lot pushing in. And that's their main weakness, and Risk is making full use of that.
Well, for me, I can see like GV, they have like a cap deficit, so they really need to do something to tackle this. For me in this battle, there were a lot of bounces and misses from GV, and some hesitation going on too. And by the time they made a call to push over to the northeastern corner, they already lost too many hit points for that push to actually even materialize.
This map on its own was kind of interesting because it started with one of the players from Risk saying that they had the wrong spawn. And you can see the confusion in both teams at the start just by not exactly knowing what they need to do, where they need to go. And they kind of just went from there, but they didn't have time to basically regroup enough to make the map work for either of them. And basically Risk was forced to send Mozzarella into the bay cap.
Yeah,
they had no other choice, but that also cost them the game. But it was kind of like have to try or not win, definitely.
Poor Mozzarella. Traveling around the maps.
That's what he does.
All the time.
That's what he does best.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we've got one game to go?
Yeah. Maybe not one. But we're still waiting for our players to get ready. It seems like they have some technical issues. So, yeah, they asked us for a couple of minutes to solve their problems. Of course, we give this opportunity to our players. Okay, so.
Yeah, I really love what you were saying there about the whole bleeding thing from GB. You could see, and even at the end when Pookie was able to take that B cap, they're in strevs, and it's a great tank, but it's not a tank that is able to just bounce a lot of shots. Not at this level anyway. They seem to clear it pretty quickly. Is that something you think that, Emma, that's their team problem? Or is it a tank makeup problem? Or is it just the way they're playing right now?
We'll find out. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have interrupting pretty soon. So we know teams are ready. So Jack, I'm gonna we'll see you soon. Thank you.
See you soon.
Yeah, so teams are almost ready. So do you know the map?
Put me back in, coach. I'm sorry. Always
No
good to have a
worries.
chat.
I can. Do you know, guys, the map is still Rockfield.
We're back again.
Okay. Okay. Seems like we won't see Rockfield since this moment my favorite map now, because we will replay the Naval Frontier map, because seems like there was a mistake with the spawns.
Oh, it's heartbreaking for GV.
Okay, it's heartbreaking for me too.
Well, at least, I mean, fair's fair, but we did see F Silver at the start of that game go wrong spawn, question mark.
Yeah.
And then they obviously just knuckled down and did their best, but I mean, everyone did mill about a bit at the start. Well, let's go again.
Let's go again. So, Naval Frontier again, but with the correct spawns.
Here we go. How exciting. Naval Frontier. Well, it's got the Yamato out the back with the big 18-inch guns. That's a very exciting thing all of its own. And there's no overmatch mechanic here. This ACAP we saw was a disaster in the earlier version of the the makeup. But we're now replaying it. We're going to see whether the teams do the same thing, maybe change it up, go a different flank. Either way, I would expect this to be a lot quicker off the start from both sides. We saw some splintering going on. Risk were a little bit at 6s and 7s, and I mean they had a lot of 60 TPs. And if you got 60 TPs, you can't really race anywhere. The same kind of tank makeup, slightly more hit points from GV. That's right in keeping with what we've seen so far. Lots of Strev Ks, lots of 60 TPs. You can see Pookie, Zonk, Smirt Potato running them for Risk. And the Strev Ks are already up there towards the A cap. That's what they do best. They get in the caps early. They bled Smirt Potato, got a shot right across. Now, they were expecting that. And Cologne is down to 1,200 hit points. They're getting a double cap hurt. This is insane. That is a double cap right off the start. Nearly a bluff up the top at the A cap, and they sent Berlin down to the B. Now, it's all well and good capping B, but then you've got a tank that's down there in the trench, and it can be very, very tough to drag that IS-7 out there from Berlin and actually put it to use somewhere else. So we're going to see whether they rotate all the way around behind Berlin. They've got an A-B strat. I did not expect for the life of me to see them cap a double on Naval Frontier. Mozzarella in C, Sugar and Mugu in the Object 777. Low slung in the trench between B and C. Pookie taking a 672 hit there. That's a disaster if you're in the 60 TP, and he is backing right off. Now, if we look at the mini-map down the bottom left, you'll see GV absolutely look condensed. The only one who's a little bit out on their own is Berlin, and he is moving forward to spot those 60 TPs. One of the problems for the GV team is there's a big stack up behind Berlin. Now, Berlin's spotting because he doesn't want the Strev Ks up the top to get rinsed, and every time he does, oh, that's not a good trade. That ain't a good trade. Don't be doing that. They are starting to push through the middle now. Mozzarella and Sugar and Mugu have retaken B, or they're at least in the process. They had to do something, but they're really isolated. Rome coming around the top of the 60 TP. Elisa is up the top, and that gun is completely out of the game. Not doing a whole lot. Mozzarella's not long for this world. Monaco's come down to get involved now. Cologne's 235 hit points in the Strev K. It's all happening here. Guns are going to start dropping. Berlin was the IS-7 we said could be in some trouble. This is a big counter push from Risk. Zonk, they're protecting that low hit point target there behind the rock, below the TD spawn. F Silver and Smirt Potato rolling back up towards A, but they are now a gun down. Not far off though, there are two under 400 hit point targets there. Elisa is finally heading down off the mountain. F Silver though is in a commanding position at the top, and it is two guns each. Big hit point advantage for GV though. Monaco and Rome hardly touched the cap hit points. Heading up, they are 2 caps to 1 here, and the B cap going back. So they are swinging them all, but Zonk and Smirt Potato hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Doha wants a piece of Smirt Potato. Everyone does. Doha could actually go out here. F Silver has a big hit point advantage and is in a much better position for the face hug. 805 versus 780. It's happening everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. There are 3 no hit point tanks. Pookie on 91. Smirt Potato on 87. What the world is going on? Monaco's on 70. All the hit points for GV in 2 tanks. Elisa's joining in and is very, very ready for the action. Monaco face-hugging F Silver, but he's not going to do it. They have turned this on its head. They were everywhere but winning, and now they are looking strong. Look at Smirt Potato on the reload. 700 damage. It's all going down, and that's 1,000. What a superb performance from the boys of Risk. Wow, they had no chance at that at one point. They stacked up behind the spawn for GV and just rolled it down and made great trade after great trade. Really impressive.
Really impressive. So
I thought Lisa Elisa was up the top of that map doing nothing for about the first 4 minutes. I thought that gun was wasted. Turns out, worked pretty well.
Okay, so 4-0. 4-0.
Nothing, but I mean, it doesn't feel like a 4-zip.
Yes.
Because every game was like that. That is, like, look at this. At no point did I feel like Risk was dominant. It was, again, a come-from-behind victory. They had 2 caps versus 1. They were down. Look at Mozzarella. This is almost like the honeypot. Mozzarella drags all these 60 TPs and AMXs into the middle, and then F Silver and Smirt Potato and Co. are able to rotate around, and the next thing you know, Risk is on top of the A cap with 2 caps, and they're recapping B. Like, this is wild. F Silver's having a great drive. Absolutely great drive. I had a run with him on the Asia server a couple of months back, and his teammates were telling me that he wasn't playing well. Well, the kid gets up for tournaments. He absolutely gets up for tournaments. Wow. What a game.
I had the feeling that Great Reed can win this battle.
Can they ever? Can they ever?
Yeah. But 4-0. So it's high time to congratulate our Great Reed with the 3rd place in Blitz Summer Cup Championship. Thank you, guys. And Risk in Grand Finals. Again. We repeat the same story. Again.
Like the North American Till. This is, we wouldn't read about it. I've never seen a 4-0. I mean, it's 4-0, but literally 3 of the games came down to tanks on 20 hit points. And that's crazy. To win every one of those, that's a bit of a testament to the durability and the tenacity of the Risk team. They play really well under pressure.
Under pressure?
Maybe
some cases that happen in your life, not just for nothing.
They are one of the older teams. The GV guys, and it didn't help them, so I don't know if it is all about life experience.
Yeah, it's interesting when you have a 4-0 score, but you played 5 battles.
Yeah, that's true.
Try to explain. Magic. Okay. So, again, congratulations to Great Reed. Please, guys, do not worry. Do not take it close to your hearts, because it's still just a game, and you still won some money, and 3rd place in the whole region is a cool result. So hugs from us to you. We support you, and do not give up, please. We want to see more of your beautiful battles in future. So again, Rotanova will play against Risk in Grand Finals. We'll see the 2nd match pretty soon. And let's invite our analytics to the studio to discuss the first intriguing match. Santa Barbara, call us. We have some script for you.
Welcome back.
Hello again.
Hello again.
It's great.
Nah.
We have something to discuss.
No, I mean, Risk were playing really impressively tonight, and I mean, GV had a lot of moments that they could potentially win it in the end. It was close. I don't think the scoreline is really it's really giving us a good picture about what happened in the last 4 battles. Especially, I think the last battle there was really good chance for GV to take it home.
Absolutely. Okay, so I have a tricky question, Jack, for you and for you, Amanet. If you were playing in a Great Reed team and you see that the spawns are mistaken, would you ask the organizer to replay the battle, or you would stick with the different spawns and with your victory?
Replay.
I would, replay, because technically it isn't fair, and you will always have that question in your head. If this had gone fairly, would we have won the same thing then?
Okay, fair enough.
Right. Oh, so we're taking a look back at the 3rd battle here. So Risk, I think they set themselves up really well with the cap lead and the positions as well. But GV, I think there were a lot of bounces and misses which really hurt them, and Risk just had the hit-point advantage throughout.
It's kind of like also with the focus fire, like here we had the AMX that had been taken out already, but he had actually turned his turret around to shoot the other guy rather than get the kill shot on Suku and Mugu. And GV made a few mistakes like that. They made the same thing at the last play on this map, where basically Rome was face-hugging Lisa, and he did eventually get the kill, but he also blocked his teammate. Because he was face-hugging like that, his teammate couldn't get the shot in. This is the old one, the old replay, I think.
No, this is the new one. This is the new one.
The new, yeah.
This is the
Is it
most
new
recent
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, thanks. And GV,
Right,
again,
so-
they nearly had it. It's kind of went down to Risk's ability to keep their low HP targets alive for long enough, and GV not quite getting their focus fire right.
Zonk, yeah.
I mean, for me, in this one, it's a lot to do with the map control. GV abandoning A was a really terrible choice because that gave Risk the cap lead on A and also the high ground, and GV did not have that high ground, which made it really difficult for them to kill the remaining tanks of Risk and allowed Risk to make a really good comeback.
But with the HP that Risk still had there, basically, if GV had stayed at base A, they would have lost their tanks sooner. I think they had no choice but to abandon base A and drop down. And those tanks still died in the end, but they lived longer. It gave them a better fighting chance, in my opinion.
Cute guys from the team. Yeah. Funny. They have some special. How do you call it? Gloves for your finger.
Thumb socks. I got thumb socks.
Some socks.
Thumb socks.
Oh, that's cute.
Get
I
your
like
thumb
it.
socks.
Does it really help you to play like better on
Not
touch
really.
devices? No.
Doesn't help me, but might help other people. I
Did
don't
you
think-
try?
I've got
Yeah?
packs of them, yeah. I
Of
do.
course, of
I
course.
do.
Jack, did you try some socks?
Sorry?
Did you try the thumb socks, like the part of the glove that you put on your thumb to play on touch devices?
Oh no, I've never done that, and but it will be good because it could
Really?
get quite sweaty on the lens, and then you really don't want that to affect the touch sensors. So I understand.
Okay.
that it's a good accessory to have.
Amaned, and you?
I could never play like that. Gloves already really annoy me when I've got them on my hands. I'm not gonna do that while playing.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, that was the weirdest survey ever. During the stream, now you know who used the
we go.
thumb socks.
Me.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's funny. Okay, so guys, what should we expect from the grand finals? First of all, we want to expect 5 battles at least.
Of course.
More. We want more.
9. We want 9,
Nah.
but we will expect.
It really depends on which Risk we will see in the grand finals, I think, because RN has been incredibly strong. But kind of we see from Risk that right now they're at a different level, in my opinion, than what we saw yesterday. So hopefully, if this Risk also appears in the grand finals, they will not make it easy for Road Nova.
I think what Risk are doing very well at the moment is their positioning. They take really good positions to do crossfire, and they connect with one another really well. But for our end, they are an all-rounded team, so they can brawl well. They can also have some really good strats, as they did against GV yesterday, and against Risk, they can really uproar Risk, and they also have some really good focus fire. So it really depends on which team has a better form tonight. But I'm rooting for RM because I don't think they have won a season before, so I hope they can take it home for the very first time.
Okay. Amaned, you want to change the team you're rooting for?
I'll stick with Risk.
Okay, because as we can see, their first result is 99% better.
You've done well.
Yeah, maybe that was a bit toxic about the map, yeah. But anyway, so okay, so Jack, Amaned, we'll see you after the second match. enjoy the battles and enjoy the interviews that we're going to show right now. Okay, so as you have already read on our socials and in the game, we had 4 teams that were closer to the finals than any other teams. Team ID, Rotanova, Risk and Great Viet. These 4 legendary teams are well known on Asia server and all over the world because we meet them very often in our tournaments, and they do a really great job. They play for a long time, they know how to play this game, and they know how to win tournaments. So our esport manager, she spent some time with our players, and she asked some questions about tournaments, about their life, and how do they feel about the upcoming, for that moment, matches. So let's check the interview with Talyan and our APAC team members.
I play Blitz every day, and I love it.
You're so innocent and so passionate. Have a lot of passion to the game. It's so cute and sweet. So let's start. What does tournaments mean to you?
So he says, aside from the prize money, obviously, the tournaments are also a great chance for the players to prove themselves.
It is the best content in Blitz.
A higher performing team, we can have that sort of bit more of a fun take towards things. But I also like tournaments really just because I find like to exercise my brain.
Build partnership with the teams.
20 seconds before the battle.
And always like, I can't wait!
Games are very popular all over the world, but I know that maybe in Korea also the culture of gaming is huge, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Legends, yes.
Very cool country. Hope one day I will be able to come and see South Korea by myself.
Always welcome.
Eh?
If you coming South Korea, always welcome.
Oh.
You can live
Deal.
you can live in this country.
5 main qualities for the tournament player.
Well, firstly, I'd say to keep cool. Like, definitely it doesn't really help when people get over flustered and can't really think straight. Like, that's not really what a team needs. So people who can keep a nice cool head definitely would go a long way. Obviously being skilled, like that's obviously a no-brainer. That's gonna help you get a long way as well. I'd probably say another one is being able to communicate effectively with other people. Definitely I find in my teams, the more communication, the better you can think through hard sort of tactical situations that you're in. So I'd definitely say that would be one as well. I actually don't know what else really. Like, I think those 3 mainly sort of covered everything.
I think need a lot of stuff and a lot of calm and a lot of concentrate, good communication. And last one is need to a good accuracy shot.
Player skills, understanding of the game, and composure, make important decision making, and passion.
So the first thing is discipline. Second is skill. Third is passion. Fourth is hard working. And fifth is creativity.
Some interesting figure in your team.
I think having like a sort of interesting, funny character, sort of to bring a bit of a mood to a sort of team, I think is always a good thing. So, and I've always been a big fan of Samuel L. Jackson.
I think maybe George Patton.
Who is he, actually? Tell me.
He's a World War II USA general.
Who?
World War II and USA general in World War II USA general. Yes.
Yeah, I understood now. A nice choice. You think that he would be able to create some strategies and mindset games? Yes.
Is aggressive personality. Yes.
Let's play in associations. World of Tanks Blitz.
Wheels.
Team.
Bad.
Enemy.
Enemy team. So bad.
World of Tanks Blitz.
Bleak up.
Relaxing. I mean, at the end of the day, I just like to have some fun, so...
Oh, like a life. I'm like addicted. I don't know.
Teammates.
Interesting as well.
I always respect my team.
I love your team.
Toxic.
Toxic? Your teammates are toxic. Oh, so sad. So, thank you very much for the interview, for your time. I wish you the best. Good luck to show the best matches. We will follow them and your success.
Thank you, Torian, and see you on August 14.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Yep, thank you very much, and I will do. Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Huh? You like my t-shirt?
I love your t-shirt.
Thank you, I like it too.
Very cool, very cool.
Toxic wasn't a bad call. I've had some toxic teammates in my time.
I like the like how straight the answer was bad.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Immediately.
Okay. Oh, I love to meet real people behind the in-game names, behind the tanks. They're so amazing. Oh, I love these interviews. Thank you so much, Torian and honorable players, for spending some time and trying to speak in English, because for some of you, I know that it's complicated for me to forgive my accent. Okay, so...
You sound lovely.
Teammates, bad.
Toxic. Toxic. Toxic.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, thank you so much again, guys. You just made my day. Okay, so pretty soon we are going to see the second match, actually the grand finals of our Blitz Summer Cup Asia region, APAC region, and yeah, 2 teams are in the grand finals. We are going to play 9 battles, I hope, but yeah, but we call it best of 9. Yeah, so Rotanova, and it's so hard to pronounce Risk team name actually.
Risk.
Yeah, like vengeance.
Yeah, vengeance. It's a dish best served cold, and here we go. Introducing the teams. This is Uncrowned from RN. There's Kujo Jotaro, Ora in the IS-7, getting a little bit sideways. Matt Chatillon is Trash 00, like 007, but without the 7s, the Judgment. Sitting in Judgment, won't see too many 183s, I reckon. Lots of turrets flying, though. Beautiful work in the mouse. Alpha CK, and then hitching a ride on the top, the Toaster. They call him the Toaster because he heats it up. Oh, a little bit of Leo work, and that's Wadu, famed for his Wadu heck. That's Rotanova, a Japanese team. Very, very strong. They've won their way through to the grand final. And coming up against them, there's Sugar and Mugu, the Risk Kitties, a little bit of Yo-Yo-Yo, Zonk, the low hit point hero, Mozzarella, the kid that only has 1 key, and it's a W key. And it's going that way, and he's not stopping until everyone's spotted or he's in the spawn or he runs out of map. There's Pookie with the big guns. A little bit of risk work there. More turrets flying. As through the middle comes Elisa getting some air, followed swiftly by the light tank machine, F Silver. And then a little bit of Schmert potato. The best kind of potato is a Schmert potato. That's Risk. An international bunch of absolute cowboys. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that Risk killed the vibe with this legendary avatar. Yeah, like
great one. Love
great
it.
one. Yeah, especially for APAC server, it's amazing. I know that a lot of players love it, and you can install it like in avatar section in your game. So you received the team avatars, and you can root for a team, install in this avatar, and play in some battles. So do not hesitate to do it. Okay, so we are starting our second match pretty soon. Teams are getting ready, and let's check the maps. You'll be surprised
Here we go.
which map
Let's get
we are
see if we can
starting
get it-
for.
Get it in the right order. I like it.
Rockfield.
I'm ready to talk about Rockfield.
No way.
Let's do Naval Frontier twice. I like the idea.
Oh no. It's enough. It's enough for Naval Frontier for today. Rockfield, never enough.
Yeah, I love Rockfield. Good map.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
What about Naval Frontier?
I'm not very good on Naval Frontier. Rockfield.
But if
Rockfield,
you
I'm good.
replay it, with
No,
a
if
different
I
spawn.
played it twice, I'd probably be better at it. If I get 2 turns at it every time, I reckon I could get there in the end.
Okay. I wonder what would be the choice of vehicles when we talk about Rotonova team. Because we didn't see their gameplay today yet. Yeah, so we know what should we expect from Risk. Victories.
Yeah, well...
But Rotonova.
Well, I mean, it's been a very odd... Like, last season we saw Type 71s, bunches of them, and then a couple of Sheridans and light tanks and LT100s and that. But the Strev K's been the real mover and shaker this season. Everyone's loving that mobility and that firepower. I mean, it brings a lot of DPM, and it gets that engine boost, which really moves things along. Even when you're reversing, you can get up to like 25 kilometers an hour. So it's a great tank to have in these situations. But the Kranwagen and those kind of tanks, we've seen them do very well. Teams that run them tend to be able to hold a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And the GV guys, we saw a lot of Strev Ks where they just bled too much at the end. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of the same. But this is APAC. I love the ability of APAC to deliver surprises. I mean, the biggest surprise we've had thus far was seeing a Badger in the North American finals. We
Yeah,
did not
absolutely.
expect that. I'd love to see that kind of thing.
Surprise. Yeah. So, the first map we're going to see is Rockfield.
Rockfield, one of the original vanilla maps of Blitz. Right up there with the old desert sands. Rockfield, where I first learnt to go hull down in a T29 and farm up the damages. And it's not really changed that much. The heavy route still has a whole lot of hull down, but some nice little side bits. This cap here will be very, very exciting. Generally, you'll see like a low-slung object 777 or an IS-7 sneaking up and trying to angle behind the walls of that bunker. The B cap's a bit of a no-man's land, but a typical circular map, pretty evenly balanced across all sides. Let's have a look. And there we go. A couple of object 777s there from Risk. And again, 3 Strev Ks and 2 AMXs. So that's going to be a very different... There's a 121B there from the Toaster of Rotonova. I would expect him to maybe get down low into the A cap and be the one that gets there early and caps early. But again, double AMX, a couple of Strev Ks. Look at this. No one is at C cap. No one is at C cap. And Rotonova have stolen a march here and are definitely looking to grab A. The Judgment has a they're going to really stick to Sugar Mugu and Smirt Potato here. They're going to go low. They're already into it. Look at this. Look at this. Kujo Jatara, they're brawling. Smirt Potato has not got long left in this world. Sugar Mugu and Zonk, they've spread the damage out though, and this has exploded onto your scenes. We are not going to bother seeing a cap, or we're going to recap it. Zonk's going to go. He's on 1865 left. This is disastrous. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, another down, 3 tanks down for Risk, and they have stepped right out of the frying pan and into the fire as F Silver starts to face the might of the Rotonova focus fire. They are clinical. Look at how fast they're getting through tanks here. This is a 4-on-1, a 5-on-1. Everything is happening. Mozzarella can't get away quick enough. They're trying to get through Ora. He's using the rock, but there's just not enough guns left to help. And it's like a cascading waterfall of bad decisions. That 121B absolutely clutch. Getting up there early, forcing Sugar and Mugu and Smirt Potato to try to contest A. And as they drifted across the dead man's open ground in front of the cap, Ora and Co pounced like tigers and tore them to shreds. And that was such a big turnaround from the fight that we saw from GV. What a dominant performance on the Rockfield medium tank flank. Wow.
What?
That was an absolute smash.
We even didn't start the battle. They already finished it. Like how it's possible? Rotanova,
I feel
respect.
like they just know that there's no you can't be anywhere but together. Like we saw no tanks go on either flank. Both these teams have seen each other before, and they're expecting this absolute brawl meta, and they are there for it. That 1-2-1B, getting across and starting that ACAP early, forced, like this is the whole game. Running a medium tank when there is no medium tank from Risk, you're going to see Toaster get into the ACAP first. He's going to start that cap up, and it's going to drag 2 players out of their formation way too early and just force them into bad trades. And once they got that first tank gone, they just turned it on. It was too many guns.
That was the kind of focus fire competition.
Oh, it was so good.
That was so good, really. Oh, that what we want in grand finals. Yeah, that what we talk about. That what we mean when we talk about Asia championships. Yeah,
you want more games, but like respect the ability of those players to brawl like that. The fact that they were able to take a team that we know has won big tournaments before and has just beaten GV conclusively, and then just it was like they just outbrawled them so hard. And Jack talked about it beforehand. He said that they just have such a good ability to brawl.
Absolutely.
I don't know how you come back from that. You've got to make a strat where you don't give them those opportunities.
Okay. So that was a good start of the second match grand final. So yeah, let's check what's going to happen after. So the next map we're going to see is New Bay, not Rockfield.
Well, New Bay, one of the big problem maps for me in my World of Tanks Blitz career, because I always end up picking the wrong option here and getting isolated on the bridge. This is such a great map if you can own that central position and be patient. I don't know if we're going to see the same kind of New Bay gameplay we saw from Origin yesterday or on the earlier Summer Cup stream for North America. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to leverage that center position into some kind of Iron Fist push. We are seeing a very different loadout here from Rote Nova. They are not running any medium tanks. It's all Strebs and AMX. On the other side of the coin, we are seeing the same loadout from the boys from Risk. They are running AMXs, a couple of Object 777s. Well, in fact, they've switched Strev K for an Object 777. So they are expecting to do something out on the heavy flank. They're in Tank Park out here. They're setting up in Tank Park. Now, obviously, this is a 3-cap map. So the B cap there is going to be the contested cap. Do they brave it and go for an early B cap? You've got to think they would. This is the APAC server, and they do not go anywhere alone. If you go alone on this server, you can guarantee you're going to get focus fired down quick smart. Now, I wouldn't expect Pookie to hold here for too long. He might take a position looking down the avenue towards the bridge. The bridge is renowned as a great place to hold, but I don't think Rote Nova are waiting at the bridge. They are continuing onwards. They don't have much in the way of choice here. It is a 2-cap to 1-cap strat from the boys and girls of Risk. Look at the AMX of Ploy Kickshaw and off meeting 0. They're holding on the ramps there, and they are the on-ramp. Smirt Potato wants to be very, very cautious. After the last game, surely Smirt is feeling a little bit overexposed there. He's running an AMX M4, and he's got an awfully big silhouette. There's the judgment. The first light bulbs go on. The whole of Rote Nova is spotted. Pretty much all but I Am Bread Tank, one of the oldest of the tilt here. I remember fighting I Am Bread Tank many, many years ago. He's always handed it to me. F Silver is in strife already. Smirt Potato, we talked about him being in an exposed position. The call here for Rote Nova will obviously be a low hit point target. Smirt Potato doesn't have a lot of options. He has to hold. There's a 1v1 happening right up the back on the B cap. You can see there is a B cap reset. They're going to roll down this hill, hard right, come around the corner and get stuck into Smirt Potato. And Smirt, he's put shots into Ploy Cookshaw. Zonk, now his shots across to Ploy Kickshaw. Smirt goes out the back door. That was expected. This is a beautiful push by Rope Nova. Ploy Kickshaw the target. Sugar Mugu's gone down to Brawl. He's going to get shots back. He's taking big ones. Smirt's out. F Silver's very low. Ploy and the Judge both look like they could go out backwards as well. But it is 5 guns on 6 right now. Ploy Kickshaw is just down. That is a 2-gun advantage whittled away. Zonk looks like he's on the eye out the door as well. 218, he's down. 4 versus 5. Mozzarella Boy at the back with Pookie. Now, as you can see, off meeting. Zero is... Oh, he's gone down as well. Lisa or Lisa looking to get back shots in, but they're just too good at trading. As good as Sugar and Mugu, Lisa and Pookie are, they just grind down the edges. And Rope Nova are brawling their way into a commanding 2-0 lead here in the APAC finals. I am Bread Tank, one of the longest, most seasoned campaigners on this Rope Nova team, and he just clears out the back of the B cap, and it's all on Pookie, who obviously can't get it done. It is such a great performance again. I can't say enough about the way they do this. They find a tiny little edge. In that case, it was Smirt Potato. He took 1 shot too many at the start of that engagement, and then they lined up like just a procession, a conga line, screamed down there and found that one tank. And once they got a gun advantage, it's a numbers game. They just mathematically knock more guns onto one target than the other team. It's simple football, but it's working very, very well for the boys and girls of Rope Nova.
Fair enough. I'm really shocked by the Rotanova behavior. That's surprisingly, they just smell a weakness of Risk team,
so
and they go and push and easy.
It's very hard in the moment too. I mean, if you're Smirt Potato, it's not just that they're pushing you; it's that they stay lined up out of sight, so they're not spotted until it's too late for you to do anything. Once he got hit, he couldn't cross back, and then they sent one player around the back to the B cap. We lost him. I believe that was the Judge, but that drew 2 tanks off. It drew 2 tanks, so then you have 1 tank down in Smirt Potato, and the next thing you know, it's 4 versus 6. And they just are so good at this trading. Their trades, they're winning every single trade they make. They sacrificed a whole tank for that strat, and I don't know if that was a pre-planned, if it was on the fly, or if it was just dumb luck. But they took a 2v1 out the back and turned it into an absolute whitewash on the tank park side, the C cap there. Really,
Rotanova behaves like they have played this exact battle for 1,000 times.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They really
They're
do.
such self-confident guys. They know what to do. They don't look back. They know how to shoot, where to shoot, and respect. That's how you want to play Blitz.
I mean, it is. It really is. It's the tradition. It's the APAC server tradition where you get teams that will just out-brawl you, but it does leave a weakness. Like, if you can force them to overextend, and it takes a lot of nerve to do it, but get them to overextend, get them in a crossfire, and just get a tank advantage, then you can turn it around. But I must say, this is not like the games we saw between RN and Risk last time. This is such an emphatic gameplay style.
And it's so organized.
It is. It's very
so
pretty.
prepared.
It's very pretty. I'm enjoying it immensely, despite the fact that I did back Risk, and I know there is a little bit of an Australian flavour there.
Yeah. So 2-0 for Despair's next map.
Well, hopefully it doesn't turn into Fort Despair for Risk. This is, I feel, a must-win. Now, it is a best-of-9 series, first to 5, but you've got to stop the bleeding somewhere. We've seen them play some excellent tanks today. It would be good to see them get back on track here. Very, very divided map, though. Only small, but the heavy route, very clearly the heavy route. The medium flank, the corner out there. I don't know if we'll see anyone go out there. Again, it's a heavy dominant side from Risk. No mediums, no lights. The only light toaster in the T100 LT. Everything else the same as before. We've got Object 777s, our first IS-4, I believe, in this Grand Final Series, and a couple of AMXs. Big 60 TPs here from Rote Nova. They're looking to iron fist it down behind that ACAP. The T100 LT of Toaster doing the job, though, getting a couple of spots. Now, he hasn't spotted the whole team. That's because he's running away, which is exactly what he should be doing. Is he going to pay for it? No, Risk not able to actually touch Toaster up there. They're going to go through and cap C, but there is a big problem. Smirk Potato, this is what we were talking about before. They're trying to drag Rote Nova in and then side shot them to death. This is a big tactic, and this is a change that I think is intentional. Smirk Potato is the honeypot here. Rote Nova knows that. They've pulled up. Now that's smart play by them. It might not look too smart, but they've actually got Ploy Kickshaw doing the exact opposite. And he has pushed around to that flank and forced Sugar and Mugu and Lisa to pay attention out the back. Now, Pookie's rotated back in the Object 777. Now, the only cap here at the moment, they haven't even bothered to cap C. The arrogance of this is staggering. Rote Nova have not even bothered to cap C. They've driven straight through and they're looking to have a brawl. Smirk Potato has intentionally dragged them through into that corner, and I love the positioning here. Zonk's low though. There is a lot of problems for Kujo, Jotaro, and Trash in the IS-4, giving a little bit of leg there as well. I am Bread Tank, Wadu, I love this angling. Look at this. 3 777s with those really low profiles and big upper glacises, and they're all angling off the one tank at the start there. Zonk's still in trouble, but Smirk Potato, look at this. Wadu, Kujo, and I am Bread Tank. They've got that super low profile, and they are all angling up together with 3 guns. Zonk takes another big hit in the Lewandowski. Toaster's rolled all the way back out behind ACAP and is starting to exert a little bit of presence here as he gets side shots in. Bread Tank goes down. Zonk goes down. No, Bread Tank takes Zonk. The judge is the one who's very low on 23 hit points. They need to clear a tank here. They need to do something, Risk. Stand up and be counted. Sugar and Mugu going for the judgment. They trade though. They need better than a trade. They need to get Trash. Lisa or Lisa, you can feel Toasters coming in the background. Big reload from Lisa or Lisa. They take another tank. 3 tanks down each. Rote Nova. They're playing well though. 3 on 4 now. This is disaster. Smirk Potato. They dragged him in. They got what they wanted, but maybe what they wanted wasn't what they needed. Pookie, it's like a Stone song. I am Bread Tank, holding form at the back, refusing to go down as Mozzarella screams around the outside. They're desperate now. Toaster in the T100 LT. 3v2, it's going to take something absolutely stupendous. They can't afford trades. Pookie now, they've got 2 guns on him. Mozzarella can't get through there. He's in a disastrous position. Pookie still firing. Toaster's done a wonderful job, and we've seen again a T100 LT do something spectacular. Risk, put it all on the line, played it to perfection, and Rote Nova didn't just recover. They turned that weakness into a huge advantage. They held, and then the T100 LT of Toaster just started grinding him down from that back flank.
What a performance.
It's very impressive. I mean, they had early spots from Toaster.
Right.
He ran away. They didn't even cap C, Alexandra.
Yeah.
They didn't even cap C.
They
The
don't need
arrogance of
to
it.
spend their time for
Why
such
bother?
things, yeah.
Why bother? They didn't even cap C. They said basically, we don't care about cap points. We're just going to beat you.
Yeah.
And then they went and did it. If you look at this, they send Smirk Potato there in the AMX, and it's an intentional thing. We talked about using their aggressiveness against them. They set it up perfectly. They had an Object 777 in spawn with Pookie as well. And look at Toaster out the back, all the way behind the ACAP. He starts just pumping these big tanks from the back end and sticking them, and he does 3k in about the last 2 minutes, and they come home with a wet sail. And I've got to say, as much as I love Risk, this is such an impressive way to play the game. these trades and the ability to sit there in the moment and just say, guys, slow down. We're going to get this done. Let the light tank get around the back, and then we'll just pincer them in and grind them under. That's exactly what they did. They really, that's even more impressive for me than the first two games. The way they held there and didn't buy the bait from Smirk Potato. Very,
Absolutely.
very cool.
I think that Mozzarella is the man of the day.
He's a tough bugger, isn't he?
He's a legend.
He just keeps taking it. He's still there, tugging away at the end. Oh, come on, Risk. You got to stand up. You got to make this happen. I mean, they're not playing badly. They're just not playing well enough.
Yeah, maybe they're not prepared for such push, rush, and such aggression from Rotonova team.
Well, I mean, they know this is how they play. Everyone knows this is how they play. This is, Jack was saying earlier on, like, this is what they're going to do. They're really good brawling. And they prepared for that there so well. Like, Smirk Potato was the honeypot. He dragged 3 or 4 tanks in, and they all just stopped behind cover, waited, and then did it. Like,
no excuses.
No excuses. Play like a champion. That's exactly right. No excuses. Play like a champion.
Okay. We have new motto for our Blitz Cups.
That's right.
Okay, so the next map we're going to see is Faust. That's gonna be some show again.
Yeah, this is a wild map. This is a lot like Lagoon with a cement take. There are so many different ways to get isolated here, and there are so many different options where you can just get in trouble. It's very easy to go down to get a cap, and then if you're in a big heavy like a 60 TP or a Kranvagen, getting back up takes your gun out of the game for a long time. And when that happens, well, things tend to go badly. So connected team play is everything on this map.
They won't spend their time for capturing points.
No. Okay, let's go. Let's just go punch each other in the face. Let's do it. Rotonova. No light tanks or medium tanks there, but F Silver is back to his invincible best in the 121B. Invincible being the name of the tank, obviously not the scoreline. I just feel at the moment like Risk Capping C is just telling the guys from Rotonova where they are, and that's a mistake. You can see the Strev K of off meeting 0 people. Wonderful name that, as he rolls up to the top, built for that kind of ramp engagement. Cujo Ora taking an absolute belting there on the flank, and Risk is having to adjust to this. They've given up the top ground because Pookie was going to get outgunned there. And this is what we were talking about, where it's very, very easy to get stuck outside the rest of your team. Look at this, Wadu, they've got to be careful. They're playing back towards what we saw Smirk Potato do last game, where Rotonova are giving them a lot of angles. And Risk, at the moment, hit point advantage, a slight one. No one getting a cap, not a big surprise there. I am Bread Tank and the Strev K. Oh, Wadu and Co doing great. And F Silver takes out Cujo Jotaro. He was always going to be in trouble. He was a little bit early. And here comes the counter push. They're going to play him at their own game. Sonk, Pookie, Sugar and Mugu going up, and there's a double at the back, a 2-gun on 1. And that's a much better bit of play for the boys and girls of Risk. The Judgment trying to get his hit points back in the game. Wadu in the Strev K has to go back. Their hit point sharing. Pookie's in trouble, but Sugar and Mugu is going down like a thunderstorm. Wadu's wiggling and jiggling, trying his best. Oh, big work there. Wadu manages to dodge a shot. It's a 3v5. You'd expect them to lose, but you never expect anything with Rotonova. Lisa dropping a cap. There's the Judgment, plenty of hit points. They don't mind the 215B. Not much gun depression at the back there. Smirk Potato, they're playing a simple game. Still 2 tanks to go. You never write them off, but they just don't have the hit points. And it looks like Risk have decided to put their hand up and take that no excuses, play like a champion motto into their hearts. And we have a grand final.
Look who is back.
Look who's back.
Okay, Risk.
Again, I'd just like to point out that we are playing Supremacy. You wouldn't think so, because no one's like, they literally started capping that.
Does he know there are some points on the map that you can capture?
No, they started capping that.
Let's inform them, I guess. Okay, so 3-1 is the current score. The Risk just showed the who is the Faust King.
Oh my goodness, the Kings of Faust.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure from the very beginning
Me
till the
either.
very end
Me
that
either.
we'll have this outcome of
Oh,
the situation.
Me either. It was wild.
That
I
was
mean,
wild.
It just goes to show they did it again. It's almost like when they start capping,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally just like sending up a flare and saying, "Hey everyone, the fight's over here." That's all they're doing. They start capping and then they don't even finish. They're just like, you know what, we're going to start capping, tell them where we are, and then let's start having a fight. They trade and trade and trade. One of the things I want to watch here is Kujo Jotaro. He got caught side on to all these to all these Risk tanks, and that's really the edge that Risk took away. Once F Silver cleared Kujo Jotaro, they just made it a numbers game. They drove right up that ramp there and turned it into a 3v2. Lovely work from Risk. They did exactly what Rote Nova's been doing.
Yeah. So copy and paste.
Copy and paste.
But do it in the correct way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, congratulations. As Ahmed has mentioned, there are two risks. One correct risk and one incorrect risk. Seems
exactly.
like we had some correct risk team
Yeah.
during our previous battle. So the next map we're going to see is Normandy. Normandy.
Well, we saw some great games on the NA stream the other day, and one of them was Normandy. Normandy was excellent. We saw Group hiding on the edge of a cliff, hanging there like a mountain goat, and holding up all the push and eventually getting Origin the win on that one. Normandy's one of those maps where we talk about it all the time, but big heavies, if they get stuck going low here or on the beach, it takes them out of the game for 60, 90 seconds before they can get back up if there's a gunfight on the other side. So tank selection is everything here. I would be surprised if we don't see F Silver in an LT100 or something along those lines. Having some mobility and getting an early cap can really be massive.
Absolutely.
But they're allergic to caps.
Allergic.
Like, they all get a rash. If they try and cap something, they get rashes. Like, it's ridiculous.
So true.
Yeah, there we go. F Silver and the T100 LT called it here first. TVP 50-51 for Lisa, and no lights or mediums for Rote Nova. So they have a huge hit point advantage. Will that make a difference? Rote are going RN all the way up the top. We have the Strev K of Smirt Potato going low to Cap A. Smirt Potato has been doing an awful lot of stuff on his own. No, he's not actually capping. He's taking, I believe, the same position. Look at this. They're not bothering. We're just going to go right over the top. Lisa hiding behind a church, probably the best place to be in a 50-51 right now. Mozzarella in the Strev K. He is in everything. Zonk with shots across. They're looking to isolate and look low. They sent Smirt Potato low to the A cap, and Smirt Potato is now coming all the way back up that hill. Wadu and I and Bread Tank, they could be in a little bit of strife here because they are in big crossfires. Silver, Pookie, everyone's got shots across. Wadu's low, 13-17, he's bleeding. The judge is bleeding. Smirt Potato in the Strev K, they weren't expecting that angle, and he's got shots right across them. They're starting to give as good as they get, but Kujo Jotaro Aura, the early gains from these trades have made them a little bit overconfident. Smirt Potato making an absolute living on the side flank of Wadu, and he is going hard, but he's got to be careful. That's going to turn into a 2v1. Zonk's drawing a lot of fire at the top and goes out the back door. Wadu low. Lots of low. Ploy Kickshaw, the judge is low. Here comes Pookie in the Strev K, T100 of LT Silver, and you can expect to see Lisa start unleashing Hell Maximus now as they go 2 guns to 1 up for the Risk team. Mozzarella's been and everything, holding desperately in the Strev K. He's not going to hold much longer, but they've traded him out. They've let them come in. The TVP and the LT100 was a great call, and this is a big comeback. A massive fight back as FT Silver just runs in like a massive dog. Smirt Potato off meeting 0 people is off to meet less people as F Silver gets the backdoor shots and seals an emphatic comeback. 3-2. We got a real ball game on our hands. Again, no caps were harmed in the making of this game. I think there was one cap from Risk. RN were negligible in the cap count. Strev K, Bread Tank at the top there. Pookie and Co doing very well, but I don't know what to make of this. This is like Risk, when they're good, are very, very good.
Very good.
And when they're bad, they're absolutely terrible. And I don't know which Risk is going to turn up, but I mean, Rote Nova just too overconfident.
Yeah.
Arrogant again. Like look at this. They grabbed decap, I guess, but they sent so many tanks through the middle. And Lisa and Co just absorbed the pressure and sat back. Smirk Potato really ruined their day down there on the low flank. Him coming up there, he never capped the A cap, so they didn't realise he was there. And yet, halfway through their push, when they want to go low and start taking everyone in the flank, they've got a Strev K there dropping adrenaline and just pumping shots. And this is the real danger that you face when you're such an aggressive team. It looks amazing when it works. It's, such a beautiful brand of tanking. But when it doesn't work, as F Silver goes and does a little bit of a ram, when it doesn't work spectacularly. And I'll be interested to see if this maybe gets them a little bit off the boil, maybe upsets their rhythm. They've looked so strong thus far, Rote Nova, but...
Yeah, maybe this horse of confidence that Rote Nova ride is a little bit tired.
Yeah, well, look, you play the same way every time. You can get a bit stale. I wonder, do they have another trick up their sleeve? They showed, I think, Fort Despair was probably just about the best game I've seen all day from anyone. And that's the kind of form that they can put in. That game there was such a good defensive game from Risk. They really did read that. Like, they expected it. They got a lot more depth to their defense rather than just getting isolated.
Yeah. Okay, so what we can say that Rote Nova and Risk are the strongest teams on Asia region. It's a pleasure to watch them doing things on the battlefield. Okay, so the next map we're going to see is Lagoon.
Oh, wow.
Let's remove these useless things as capture points, yeah?
Cap points. They're for suckers. Lagoon, the map of 1,000 different variables. The best laid plans of mice and men oft come agly, as they say in the Scottish classics. And that is exactly what you think of when you see Lagoon. This thing could go anywhere. So many ways to get lost, so many ways to get isolated, so many opportunities to drag tanks to weird parts of the map that they can't get out of. We have F Silverback in the TVP 50-51. I feel like that's playing to the strengths of Risk. When they've got Silver and a mobile tank doing things, they seem to do better. Big game this, because RN can go 4-2 up and put themselves one hand on the trophy. Risk, if they win this one, well, we're back to a 0-0 draw at the start, and then we're just into a straight-up best-of-3. The judgment on the AMX, just getting early looks around the corner there, doesn't want to get isolated. You can see how connected RN are, apart from one tank, who is a long, long way out of home. I don't know who that is over behind the A-cap, but he's doing a power of spotting. And Mozzarella, what a great view that was. The FPP straight down the gun barrel. They've found Ploy Kickshaw is getting absolutely belted there. Smirk Potato, though, he's not looking too healthy. And Pookie takes a big one. So then they're counter-pushing. Huge counter-push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the corner. What a great play from RN. The judge is in the back. He's about to get counter-pushed as well. But off meeting 0 people in a beautiful position. Here comes F Silver. Pookie super low. Smirk Potato on 32. F Silver gets a full cap out and then just runs. Let me go. Pookie's down. Wanu's down. Smirk Potato's gone. Kujo Jotaro. Oh, F Silver's running into the wall. That's a disaster. And that's the end. That is all the way down. What a look. I don't see them winning from here. Risk. But you have to credit. What an incredible counter push from the boys and girls of RN. That is exactly what we were looking for. Lisa stuck in the E5. Sugu and Mugu doing their level best at the back. They're still slogging away, still firing, still working, still trying to get angles. Oh, Zonk, he's been left out of for too long. 17-20 hit points, needs to put them in there. That's the end of Lisa. 2 on 4 now. The judge was in a 2v1 at the back. I don't know how the judgment is still alive. I expected him to be the next tank down right at the start after Smirk, Potato and Pookie, but somehow he's managed to get clear around a corner, and although Sugu and Mugu is going to drag this out for as long as he possibly can, getting all the survival points, Uncrowned going around the corner, they're just going to hit point trade now. What a lovely view. Look at the tanks, look at the behemoths, backwards and forwards, Sugu and Mugu being elusive, some of his best work, 3v1ing, there's Uncrowned getting stuck in under the gun of the AMX. But it's a foregone conclusion.
Alone,
wow.
and he doesn't give up.
That counter push was glorious. Absolutely glorious.
Well, amazing. That was a beautiful game. As all the previous.
5k from Ploy Kickshaw there. They thought they had him around the wall. The AMX, a big, tough tank. They started lining up, and the next thing you just see them reversing. It was like, oh, no, I don't want that smoke.
That was funny.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And this is the connectivity we talk about here, Alexandra. Look at the tanks. There's 6 tanks down that narrow corridor. And they played for this. Here they come. Look at this. They're reversing up. Look at the engine boost. Desperately. They've got F Silver set up there to get the side shots. But there's just too many hit points. I Am Bread Tank, Uncrowned. They're just all playing so well when they play as a unit. And there was no possible way to get out of that one. Poor old F Silver. I mean, look. Yeah, it was done then.
Yeah. No luck.
Just outplayed. Just absolutely outplayed. And that's great play from the guys in RN. Well set up. I mean, they had a really solid plan and they stuck to it.
They know how to rock.
Do they ever?
Oh my god. Beautiful and professional and efficiency gameplay. That's what we have right now. And maybe we should really remove cap points from the map.
Yeah, just don't worry about cap points. Just set them down on a big open field with no obstacles and let them press the fire button and they'll be happy. You know, you come back a couple of weeks later, they'd still be there.
Yeah. So the next map we're going to see is Middelburg.
We fight for hills, not holes on Middelburg. Everyone go up the top or you're going to come second. That is my community service announcement. Go the hill. I don't know, though. It's a tough one because obviously there's 2 caps here in town on Middelburg, and that means that people do love getting a couple of caps, but I don't see this going down to capture points. You've got to feel for risk. They really have to throw everything at the wall now. They've got no other option. There's one hand on the trophy for RN, and they have absolutely deserved it. Have looked like the better team here today, despite a brief rally in the 3rd quarter. Look at this. This is our first Bat Chat. There's a Bat Chat 25T in here, Bat Chatillon, and then a whole lot of heavies. Over on the Risk side, we are all heavy tank. Now this is very different. And I don't know how I feel about this. There is a solo tank up the top for Risk, and then there are 2 tanks in town. The early spots coming from the Bat Chat, which is pretty standard. We do see Middelburg people love to spot the crosses from the spawn as they go up to the hill. Ooh, off-meeting people. Off-meeting 0 people. See, this is it. They've isolated Sugu and Mugu straight away. And I don't understand why you do this. They have left a solo in town. There are obviously people coming to helping now. And the Judgment and Co are a little bit worried about getting caught out. But you're playing RN. RN have shown no interest whatsoever in sitting back and being passive. And Sugar and Mugu is going to get knocked out here in a very bad trade for Risk. F Silver in the Object 777 is now going to go low. Now, this could be a big game changer if he can hold there at all. There's just too many tanks. There's way too many tanks. And this shouldn't come as a surprise. You can't have this beautiful, small-scale, micromanaged strat against RN. They're going to come hard and heavy. They've lost 1 tank to 3. I mean, they've paid for it, but look at how they've shared their hit points out here. I am Bread Tank, the judge, off meeting 0 people. Hang on. Hold on to your hats. The trades have gone the other way. Smart Potato is gone. It's a 3v5. No, it's a 2v5. Look, RN too good. I know, as much as I loved Risk and I wanted it to win because there's a couple of Aussies running around in there. Beautiful, beautiful sportsmanship in the chat there. GG and good games from all the kids of the Risk clan. Acknowledging what has been a very well played RN final strat. And I don't think there's any shame in saying that you got beat by these guys here today because they are red hot. They set up Sugar and Mugu in that cap in town, and RN just came charging through. They decided this is the trade you want to make, that's fine, but they make it fast. And it's one of those things you love about good tanking. Whatever happens, make that decision quickly. And that's exactly what Zonk and Co have done. They've tried to make something happen. They went in, they had a plan, didn't work, and RN made it not work because they just gave every single tank that they could find in their garages and threw them at the Risk spawn. As we see now, the cap climbing up to 855. I think they're all just mucking around a little bit now. Kujo, Jotaro, Orori's coming up. He's saying, "G'day Zonk, how you going?" Zonk's like, "Kujo, long time no see, missed ya. I was up the top the whole game. How was the town?" And Kujo's like, "Well, the town was fantastic. Really enjoyed myself." And there's Mozzarella going out the back door. Well played, RN. Absolutely 100% deserved. Can't beat them. Can't beat them. Look at them. Great work, the team.
Champions. My boys.
Oh, they're pumped. They're pumped. Super pumped. Woohoo! Oh, there's a few tears there. Few tears in the middle. Joy, laughter, frivolity. Yeah, that's right. Pump him up. Clap him out. He's gone off camera for a bit. Said g'day.
Oh, they
Got
have
the
bread.
I am Bread Tank. There's the bread. Love
Respect. My
Jeez,
boys.
I am Bread Tank has smacked me that many times on the APAC server.
Absolutely.
It's like fighting ID or something. Just learn up and come second. Well done, team. Excellent work. Well deserved. They're
So
very,
proud.
very excited.
So proud of you.
I believe this could be their first major trophy.
Yeah.
Well done, them. Well deserved. Just superb play.
Oh, Rotanova is the champion of Blitz Summer Cup Asia region. Congratulations. You are the best team in our region.
Well done, APAC. Well deserved. Yeah.
So that's how the Blitz should be played.
Yeah. No time to ask questions. No time for the paint to dry. Just go and win. Sure did.
Congratulations, Rotanova, from all our team. Well deserved victory. Champions. That's a moment of glory for them. I'm really so happy, and their emotions are so like
weren't they stoked?
touching.
Yeah, it was very. I felt great for them. They were so happy.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was down in the middle row who was shedding a tear, but good on you, buddy. You're the best. Don't go changing.
Of course. If you have emotions, you're alive.
Yeah, right on, baby. That was right on. Loved it.
Absolutely. So, once again, Rotanova, congratulations. Strongest team of our Asia region. Hugs, love, you're the best. So, let's watch the visit card of this team once again, just for another moment of glory for them. Guys,
why not?
boys, congratulations.
Oh, there we go. The big uncrowned, well, uncrowned no longer. Kujo, Jotaro, Ora in the thick of it from start to finish. Woohoo! Trash 00. Oh, there he is, the big donk himself. The Judgment. Certainly judged him well in that last game. Ripping and tearing. No mouse in the house for Alpha CK, but just overall, the Toaster, wonderful game on Fort Despair in the light tank, the T100 LT. High off the top turnbuckle, and Wadu doing good things.
Remember these in-game names, and when you meet them in the battles on the battlefield, do not hesitate to say hi. And lucky if you're playing with them,
Yeah,
not
play with
against
them,
them.
not against them. That's what I say.
Yeah, but at least now you know what to expect. Good for you, good for them. So let's invite Analytics to the studio and discuss this legendary, full of emotions match. Please, Jack and Amanet, welcome.
G'day, guys.
Hello again.
Thank you.
Huge
Massive congratulations to RN.
Huge congratulations.
And huge congratulations to Risk too. But especially happy for RN. This is their first time in winning a tournament season. So and they have worked really hard. They also have been here for a really long time. So for them to finally win a season, I can really feel them. And I mean, you can see some of them crying.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, I can really feel them. Yeah, it was lovely.
Very well deserved. So very strong, hyper aggressive, but worked out really well for them.
Yes, so we take a look at the first battle being RN and Risk on Rockfield, and I must say I didn't expect this battle to you know, boil down to this big brawl. It was just amazing focus fire by RN, just very ruthless, and we love this.
But not just that, RN also made several great moves with just blocking the targets to make it easier for their teammates to shoot whoever was the primary target, which was just great teamwork to see. Like everything, they moved as one unit, not 7 players.
Yeah.
And we saw that several battles, and it was just, honestly, that's the sort of stuff is just great to see. You only see that in tours, you never get that in randoms.
No.
Yeah, I mean, just Risk couldn't really make a comeback from this, and for the second battle, I mean,
this was also just glorious. Basically, Risk focused on the seaside and going for B after that, and they had Smoked Potato staying back, and he actually overexposed himself a little bit, lost HP too early on. But then at some point, you had the Judgment going into base B, and that was a sign for the rest of RN to just go in there and wreak havoc.
I love that RN just didn't go straight into the brawl. They waited until Risk bled enough, and then they came in, and it all worked out perfectly for them.
And also with the Judgment, because he made that move in base B, you saw half of the team of Risk half turning, and that also basically, when RM pushed, their reaction time was too slow for that, because again, they were just moving as a singular unit. Also, not basically, again, what Uncrowned is doing here, he's blocking one player, shooting another, because that's the primary target, that's the one they're going for, and they just keep doing stuff like that. It's beautiful.
It was great, wasn't it?
Yeah. So this third battle on Fort Despair, I think this is the first battle where RN's initial big push didn't quite work out, but they kind of held on. They were stuck in really tough positions. They were confined, as you can see here. And Risk, I think they have a really big opportunity to capitalize on their positional advantage, but they were a little bit too slow, and they couldn't kill those RN's tanks that are confined to a corner, and RN were able to make a comeback.
For me, Risk was too aggressive here. They had the positional advantage. They were bleeding RN, but because they actually pushed, they gave away the advantage in the positions that they had, and that allowed RN to successfully push back and use the positions that they had.
I don't know. For me, I think the push could work really well if they could like kill the tanks near B a lot more quickly and then try to surround the RN tanks in the pocket. But it didn't quite work. It was a bit slow. And over to you.
This for me, however, I absolutely love this game because you can see this was a miscalculation from Risk. They were hyper aggressive at base C. They expected at least part of the team from Risk to push towards A, which would have given them a big gun advantage here. But all of Risk was still there. They were called out. This was kind of like the no guts, no glory that we've also seen on NA, only it did not work out for RN here. Risk was ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, for RN, I think one thing we kind of missed on the stream is that there was a tank flanking from behind on B, and that was so important in giving the win. But in this battle, this is the first time we see Risk working really well with their positioning, and RN's initial push didn't quite work out. They sent too many tanks down to the crater, and Risk just farmed them from their positions.
And also here, Smurd Potato was such a key in this battle because he was getting great shots in. They actually turned around to deal with them, and that gave Risk the advantage up top. Basically, RN lost the advantage of the push that they had before because Smart Potato was there. He was being a very clever potato.
I don't know. Maybe RN should like just push through, because if they stay in that position, they will like keep on bleeding. But credits to Risk. This is some amazing positioning from them, and
For sure.
And RN, they tried to push in the end, but they just lost way too many hit points for that to even materialize. And
This was also a thing. Yeah,
sorry.
this was a tricky battle because actually I feel that Risk was in a bit of a disadvantage because they split up in the beginning, and you had, of course, RN setting that beautiful trap here with Ploy
Best
because
moment.
that drew the Streetwaggers in, and
Look
then
at
they
them
just
go.
all went for it. And the Streetwaggers they couldn't pull out enough anymore, and they just lost so much HP and guns because of that.
Yeah, and Risk couldn't quite consolidate their counter push onto the tanks of Aaron that left behind, and Aaron kept on with the focus fire. I think they've done better focus fire priority here, even if it didn't quite look like they are doing like the good focus fire we saw in the first battle. It's just that they allocated their focus fire agenda really well, and it really gave them the win.
This again, the way that RN stacks their tanks, the way that they focus together, it is really beautiful to watch. This is a very deserved win overall.
And looking on Middelburg, Sugar Migu went for a very early, but I think this is going to be the first time I say that Risk's positioning, they couldn't really support Sugar Mugu, and then F-Silver overexposed himself in that area, which you could hold down. And after they lost 2 tanks, just things went very south for Risk, and they really didn't have a opportunity to come back.
The funniest part about this is that Risk was actually playing a normal tactical game, and RN was like, yeah, we're not having that. We're just going to go full in, hyper aggression, good luck with that. And again, with the focus fire, it just worked so well. Risk did not have the tanks near enough to support one another, and they lost guns too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, in those defensive positions, you would expect that Aaron's push could be slowed down, but that didn't slow down RN at all, and RN just kept on with their pushes and also their focus fire. It was impressive to watch, to say the least.
It did feel like that was such a huge mistake, because as soon as they saw a cap, for RN, that was like blood in the water. When they saw a cap moving, that's just like, that's where we're going to go and focus fire next. And as soon as Sugar Mugu jumped in there, the RN team, you could just see it coming. It was inevitable.
It's a similar sort of like mistaken instinct like we saw RN make on Faust.
Yeah.
They thought Risk was going to go A there, and in this case, Risk was thinking that RN was going to go heal, which is normal. But RN isn't normal in the best sense of the word.
Yeah, I agree.
That's amazing. I'm really very satisfied with the grand
Great
finals of Asia region, and the battles that we saw. Goosebumps. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, compared to NA, where we saw at times 4 or 5 minutes of people waiting for the clock tick down, and then the games were good, but they were just so much slower
and different. Yeah.
And there were games here where no one even bothered to go. Like, it was so hilarious the way they would just, no, we're not going to the cap. We're just coming to kill you. That's what we're doing. The caps are for other
Organized chaos.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Organized chaos. But if I'm not mistaken, the style of gameplay for Asia, it changed recently. Because a few years ago we used to see also this standing, very careful gameplay, and only with the teams that we have right now, the gameplay changed and the style changed, and now we can see more action, better action, prepared action, and it's a pleasure to see. Jack, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're an expert on these teams.
I mean, APAC server certainly have seen days where it could get quite cap-oriented, but I think the release of the Strift K especially, and we saw that on the EU server as well, teams started to capitalize on the mobility and the amount of BPM that the Strift K has, and then the meta kind of changed from like more cap-oriented to more brawl-based nowadays, and I think we could see something similar for the EU server as well, which should happen like in a couple of days' time. And
we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Okay, so Jack, Amina, thank you so much for your analytics. Thank you for your time and for sitting here with us and sharing the same emotions. We'll see you on Sunday. And let's invite the team member from Rotanova to our studio to have some small talk.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so let's invite the captain and the team member from our Rotanova champion team and ask some questions. Do you have any questions you want to ask these gentlemen?
I sure do. Just about the way they're playing, like that first map on Fort Despair, was that a planned push through the top, or was that just they saw an opportunity? And how much of this, like that Lagoon game as well, where they counter pushed with 5 tanks, are these traps they're putting
You
there?
sound like their trainer.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
guys, we have a serious talk right now.
I mean, I'm sure I want to know like what they like for dinner and what kind of music they listen to. But I'm way more interested in like that tactical side of it is so fascinating for me, because that was so different to what we saw in the North American teams.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're also like different people, so let's invite and meet this gentleman in real life. So first of all, hi and congratulations.
G'day,
Hi,
guys.
thank you.
Yeah, we can't hear you guys, so check the sound, please, and try to speak with us again.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello,
we can hear you.
Hot dog.
Hello. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are uncrowned, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so heads up, and one more time, you're the champion, you're the best. So, and dear captain, why are you silent?
Because it's emotional.
You're a bit tired, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
I feel you guys. I understand that it's a lot of emotion, a lot of stress, and now you just feel like relieved and well deserved. You need some rest, of course.
Such aggressive gameplay, guys. Like, so aggressive. Was that always the plan, to just make it trades and brawls?
Yes, we used to. Yeah, we always trying to play more aggressive than the opponents.
Maybe
What
that's
about-
the key of success.
Oh, yeah, it worked. What about Lagoon? That beautiful counter push where you had 5 tanks just straight through the middle. Was that a trap you set, or was that just something that you saw as an opportunity?
I don't know, but we did our best.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that on every map you did your best, and during all the tournaments, during this way to success, to the grand finals and to the championship, all the time you did your best, and surprisingly, the aggressive tactics work. Surprisingly.
Not surprising. Not when you could do that.
But guys, you're not as every other team. You're very unique, very special, and it's a pleasure to watch your gameplay. So respects to the captain for preparing your team. Respects to all players for being such good players. So that was a pleasure to watch. Thank you.
Yeah, This is Captain.
Yes,
G'day,
yes, we know Mr. Captain.
Well done, mate. Well done. Very
done,
impressive.
yeah.
Very impressive.
So, Captain, do you want to talk to us? No?
Nope, he's gone. He's had enough.
Sorry.
He's
Okay.
got to go celebrate. The TV
Yeah.
cameras are there.
We'll talk with them, I think, after the championships, just in calm atmosphere. We'll give them some time. And again, Rota Nova, respect, you're the best and the strongest team on our Asia region. So, well played and great job. Go on. So, Bushka, seems like we are almost done. Let's just tell our players what's going to happen soon. Yeah, I'm talking about our Europe Championship.
European Championships. Well, if you've missed the North American and the APAC server, get ready for Europe, because Europe is traditionally like super strong. We've had so
Absolutely.
many over the offline tournaments too. So many times the European teams have won it. I think it's going to be an incredible bunch of tankers coming together. I think we'll see a lot more like the APAC server than the North American server in terms of gameplay style. But every server has shown a few tricks, a few unexpected tanks, and I would expect Europe to be no different. It's going to be a hell of a time and lots of keys to get, so don't miss out.
Don't miss out. Yes, so the dates for our finals for Europe region are August 18 and August 20. So do not miss these streams, please, because during these two streams you'll also get the opportunity to receive some keys, to open some chests, to receive some tanks, everything as you like and love. So if you want to find information about the ongoing tournaments, please jump into the game. And there is a Blitz Summer Cup event where you can find all the information, all the links, and everything is there. If still some things are not clear for you, please join our Discord. Very helpful and friendly moderators and just players will explain everything about what's going on and how to open portal, for example, to you on Discord. We are very friendly and lovely people. Yes. I can tell such things about ourselves. Yeah, so in the game, Blitz Summer Cup event, and find all the information there. So today we watched our Blitz Summer Cup Asia region, that was amazing. Big thanks and respects to all the teams that were fighting for the champion title, and congratulations to Rota Nova.
Great job. Great
job. Yeah, surprisingly
so
amazing,
so crazy.
interesting gameplay. Oh, and they're young guys.
You get that a lot.
Yeah, maybe it's just full of energy.
Oh, what? Come on. No, they got plenty of energy still around here, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, so we'll see you pretty soon on August 19 and August 20. August 19 will be covered by our lovely community contributors. Thanks you guys for commentating and analyzing our tournaments. Also, every stream will be available on the portal, so you can find them. And let's spoil a few things about upcoming features that we'll have in the game. I'm in such mood. So, first of all, I know that a lot of players asked us to repeat the clan activity, and yes, we're going to have some clan event pretty soon. What's more, there will be a special competition for like top clans, top 3 clans that will show the best result. They will have the unique opportunity to create their own emblem. I think it's cool. It's some unique reward that will be forever in the game and that will be available only for you, for your clan. So nice, cool. Please check the terms and conditions of this event pretty soon and show who is the best clan here on the server. That's pretty cool. Okay, what's more? There are gonna be a few events, of course, in September, and we are waiting for October. Really excited about October month because we have prepared a lot of surprises for you. So again, stay tuned. There are no months when there is nothing happened in Blitz, because every month, every week we have some kind of
Action.
activities.
Always action.
Yeah, so never get bored. Never get bored. Okay, so no more spoilers for today. Join Europe, please, because we have prepared a full list of spoilers and leaks we want to share with you. So August 20 official YouTube with Bushka again.
Better get on it.
Yeah, we'll see some action from our European teams, and that's gonna be pretty hot.
Can't wait.
So I think that we need to be with our players for some more minutes, so
Is that
they
right?
can grab some keys
Okay.
and
Can we playing tanks or
and
something?
open some chests. So, I think that it's high time to say one more time big thanks to our teams, to Tolian, who organized all the tournaments. Thank you very much, Veronica. If you want to say thanks to Tolian, please find her on Discord.
And could I just point out too,
Yeah?
today we saw the first-person camera for the first time, which I thought looked amazing. There's a couple of games on
Spectating,
Lagoon
yeah?
where it went straight
That
down
was
to the
amazing.
gun barrel view, and it was as they were all coming around
Yeah.
the corner, it looked brilliant. So
Yeah.
I
What
was
do you
really
guys
excited
think
about
about such point of view when we
Yeah.
spectate the gameplay? Let us know. You can just post a comment under the stream on YouTube, for example, or on Discord. It's always good to receive some feedback about the stream so we can make it better for
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So, Rotanova, congratulations. Hearts.
Good on you, Aaron.
You are the best champions. Yeah, very happy. And I think that we can show the replays again so you can enjoy the gameplay for a few more minutes and receive your keys on Portal.
Yeah, put the
We
replay
love
up. Let me have a chat.
So, see you pretty soon. We love you. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
You are now in the presence of a king. You are now in the presence of a You are now in the presence of a